Yo, what is going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clockmaster. We are here. My friend Dylan and I. Say hello, Dylan.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, man. Hey guys, how's it going? That's it? Really? That's what you're gonna do?
What do you want from me, man?
You gotta
me
be
saying my name awkwardly is hard.
You gotta be more enthusiastic, bro. You gotta.
I was about to take a drink of water. I didn't expect to be called upon to say hello. I'm sorry.
Oh man, but anyways, guys, we're here. We are here to talk about Crisis on Earth X Part 1, Part 2, 3, and 4, the whole entire event. We're going to talk about this podcast style. This is going to be like my first official like podcast thingy, which I think is pretty cool. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be a long video, so sit back, get some popcorn, get some food. If you're driving, this is the perfect place to play this. Just put this on your aux and just listen, because we're going to go all in detail about everything that we can from the crossover. So if you're new to the channel and you just stumble across this video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hopefully I can do more of these types of discussions, podcast style, and everything like that. So everything CW, Flash, Arrow, Legends, all that great stuff. Here's the place to be for news like that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start this thing. I'm just gonna, since you're the guest here, Dylan, let me ask you your overall consensus. Before we start diving in details, and careful for spoilers, guys. If you haven't seen the crossover by now, that's all your fault. So if you're watching this video, it will have spoilers. We're not leaving anything out. What's your general consensus for the crossover, man? Just go ahead and just tell me how you felt about it.
All right. So honestly, this is the first time that I've legitimately liked a crossover that they've done, because it's the first time it felt like a cohesive story rather than four broken up parts. You know, like last Invasion crossover, the only episode I actually liked was the Legends one, because hey, you get to see superheroes fighting aliens. Like, that's cool. Everything else is like, like, I don't care about this robot chick, or, you know, Arrow in frickin' the Matrix. So, okay, like, this is the best crossover they have put out, period. And because of that, I honestly feel like I have to give this an 8 out of 10. Yeah, man, I'm
actually sitting like a little bit higher. I'm sitting at a 9-ish for me. That's where I'm sitting. I'm a little like scared to actually give it like a 9.5. I'm willing to just leave it at like a 9 for me.
The reason I don't want to give it a 9 is because I see what they could have done better, and I think what they will do better next time. Yeah. And I kind of want to leave that open, you know? Like, I don't want to be like, oh, if I give this like a 9 next year, I'm like, it's a 10, it's a 10, it's a perfect 10, you know? Like, I got to give myself, you have to think about this critically sometimes, so. Yeah. Giving myself a little bit of room so I can still, you know, nitpick, because that's what fans love to do. But I absolutely love this crossover. Like, immediately incredible. Like, I love it.
Yeah, same thing for me, man. Out of the bat, opening night, first day, enjoyed this so much more than I did for last year's crossover. I mean, like you said, the alien stuff was cool, and I think what made this crossover a lot better than last year's crossover was the fact that, you know, we had already seen most of these characters meet each other already. Exactly. And last year was like, oh, you know, everyone kind of hated Barry around that time. Cisco was like, you know, he killed my brother. Why do I like him? Blah, 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 blah. Exactly. Yeah. And, you know, everyone was still now getting used, you know, Kara and Oliver.
Literally no one had met Kara before.
Exactly.
Like, this
besides,
time,
you know, Barry.
You don't have to deal with all the introduction stuff. You just go straight into the action.
Exactly.
And the story.
And it, you know, the development was there, and, you know, we got to grow onto a lot of these characters. So, I mean, I felt this one was you know, so much better, and, you know, just because everyone was already developed, everyone was there, and he just jumped straight into it, and it was an action packed from the beginning, and it was just amazing. I mean, the character moments too were there, and it was just all around just a fun. I mean, it went by so fast, you know. 4 episodes, 2 nights, it went by so fast, but it was amazing. Alright, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and start talking about some key things. Dylan wrote a whole bunch of notes, like just like
oh my god,
just reacting to every single thing.
Matthew makes videos, I write notes.
He writes notes, man. I mean, and some of the notes is a lot of things I wanna talk about that he wrote. But you let's just start from the first part, man.
All right. So
anything you want to bring up, let's just go for it.
Yes, there absolutely is something I want to bring up that was just really, really odd to me. I don't know if it was a deliberate choice on their part or they just forgot about it. It was like a continuity error. But when we first see the Resistance or the Freedom Fighters base, right? They're at the base. They're getting attacked by Oliver, or Nazi Oliver rather. And he fires green arrows, and then it pulls back to a shot of him, and all the arrows in his quiver are red. So I don't know if that was just a continuity error, but it was just so odd because it's the first bit of action that we had in the entire crossover, and it's just immediately like, all right, what's happening here? Like, why are we making mistakes?
I mean, what I thought it was when I saw that was I didn't think the whole arrow itself was red. Like when I looked back at it, I did see just like the back, like the tip of where the back touches the
feathers,
the string. I don't know.
The feathers were he shoots part. The guys with they're green, but then when it comes back to all the arrows in the quiver, they're red. So it's just a little
I saw
thing,
they were red, and
it's like I rewatched it to make sure like I didn't just like go nuts or something. but
was the tip of the arrow green
no, you don't
too,
see
or
the
was
tips,
it red?
You just see the ends. You just see the back end, and it's like, why? It doesn't make any sense. Like it would have been so easier. I mean, it would have been so much easier.
I mean, for them, you know, keep in mind they have CG arrows, so they do have some CG arrows, so they probably don't feel like re-rendering new arrows. They probably want to just use the ones that they already have in stock.
I mean, if you really want to, you could probably put a clip in just to show people what we're talking about, but. It's just an odd choice. I don't. It's nothing major. It's just the first thing that like struck me. I was like, okay, like all right. But going onwards from there, I mean,
I see you also talked about that Guardian costume.
Yeah, they did a lot. Let's talk about that. They basically, I mean, with Prometheus, with Guardian, with I'd say to an extent, like some of the other costumes too, like the Reverse Flash costume. I think the reason they chose to put those characters in the crossover, other than having the actors come in for like a couple scenes just to say, hey, they're still here.
They're still doing things.
Basically just to get some more use out of the costumes, because once the season's over, like I don't think we're seeing Guardian again.
Yeah,
I haven't been keeping up with Supergirl, but
you know what? I do think we still might see Guardian at some point, though.
Maybe,
low-key.
But we're definitely not seeing Prometheus again.
Because I do feel there will be a need to. There will be a need to see him at some point. Probably. I mean, like, there's one thing about his shield. I noticed it had a flag on it.
Yeah.
Now, I think it has something to do with the comics.
Well, not really.
Well, I think it
actually. Not because to my knowledge.
You know why I say that? You know why I say that? Because on Earth X in the comics, you remember they had I forgot his name. Their version of Uncle Sam.
Yeah, Uncle Sam and the Freedom Fighters.
Yeah, and he was red, white, and blue, and he was all about liberation,
Sam, like, straight from the posters.
Yeah, literally, exactly. And so I'm thinking that was just a little homage to what they were believing in. They're showing their support or patriotism to a new empire or a new way of life,
or going back to what the way Uncle Sam were, trying to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I get that, but
I think that's kind of what that was. People were trying to say that he was trying to be like a Captain America, but I didn't see that.
I don't think so. I think it's just basically saying like, this is what we need to get back to. Like, I'm the shield that protects America, essentially. I guess.
Yeah. I just think it was a little nice. A little nice. I don't know if you would call it an Easter egg or a little reference.
I think it's just a little homage. Like it's just a little,
right? Yeah.
It's a little thing like, like you can dissect this if you want to, but it's just there. Like it's nothing.
It's just there, exactly.
Really substantial that we have to talk about.
But and the only reason I brought it up is because people were talking about it at one point. So I mean, I did see people, tweets on Twitter and people, talking about, you know, he's trying to be like, you know, they're trying to do another Marvel reference, and I'm like, I don't think so.
You're diving in too deep, but just you're looking at the wrong thing.
Exactly. You know? Exactly.
But basically, the whole reason behind putting Guardian and Reverse Flash and Prometheus in is because once you get rid of those characters, you're not going to use the costume again. You spent a lot of money making that costume, so if you know, do a little paint job or slap an armband on or put a different logo on the chest, you're basically getting more bang for your buck, because where are these costumes going to go? Like, Prometheus is dead. We're not seeing him again. Where's it going to go? It's just going to sit in a warehouse somewhere.
Well, there could be an Earth 5 Prometheus.
Oh my
sometimes
God.
that pops up on Legends. Because you know how Legends sometimes they revisit a lot of other shows' villains.
Occasionally, but I don't think we're gonna see Prometheus. I think that was the unfair.
I bet you we're gonna see Adrian Chase one more time. I bet you he was too good of a villain in the Arrowverse for them not to try to find a way to use him again.
I think that's why they're not going to use him again, quite honestly.
Well, you're right, but then again, Damien Dark was a fantastic villain, and they're still using him.
Really? I thought
so. And he died like 2 times.
Our thoughts on Damien Dark might diverge here a little bit, because I hated Damien Dark in season 4 of Arrow.
You don't like him as a villain?
No, I loved him in Legends because he was funny. He actually got to do stuff, but in Arrow, he's just annoying to me, to be honest.
Well, that's what I liked about him.
That's why I liked him in Legends.
He felt OP. He felt OP as hell.
Like in Legends, he was like, oh, like we took this character and did something cool. Then I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you know. But like in Arrow, when they first introduced him, I was like, all right, can we just kill this guy?
I felt he was kind of the same way though. It's just that in Legends they had more opportunity to be funny with him, because you know you got more. He has more screen time in Legends.
He does have more screen time too, and he doesn't have his powers
in Legends. So exactly,
at least not till now.
He didn't have his powers.
Not till season 3.
Now, exactly. Yeah, season 3, and they killed him so many times, and they brought him back. So I mean,
yeah, but then again,
I love that actor in general. Like that actor's one of my favorite actors. So,
you know, he voiced Green Arrow in in some cartoons. That's kind of crazy to me.
Yep, I did see that on his
IMDb.
On his his IMDb. Let me see. Oh yeah, I saw also too. I got you didn't write this on your key points, but because I'm looking at your notes too, because pretty much is the stuff I want to talk about. But Oliver's arrows getting punched by Superman.
What is with that, man? Like, it's an arrow. It's gonna get stuck in you. It's not gonna shoot you through a freaking column. What is happening? I think the Wire guy was just like, I'm not getting any work until we bring Supergirl in. I guess I'll throw a guy through a column with an arrow? Is that how?
Right.
All right. I mean,
I'm like, I was like, damn! And it happened twice.
I felt like the stunt. It happened twice. Like, no, we're not gonna get anything until we get the superpower people in. I guess I'll do something cool here. Ha!
Yeah.
Arrow through.
I guess they were.
Wall.
I guess because like not everyone watches all the shows.
That's true.
So I guess maybe they wanted to show that Green Arrow was kind of like really tough. I don't know.
His bow is insanely powerful.
Insanely powerful. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, it's either two things. It's either
knock over a car with that arrow.
If the arrow is going at that force, I mean, come on, man. I don't want to get all scientific on you now. If it's going at that speed with the tip and it goes technically, I mean, unless your body is so dense that it can, block the arrow from going too deep, that arrow should have went through you if it's going with that amount of pressure, not push you back. The only way scientifically for them to push you back is if your body is so dense.
It would have had to been that the arrow couldn't
go through.
You would have to fire an arrow from a ballista to shoot someone.
But I'm trying to say though, like even if it's going that fast, it should have technically went through the body, not push it.
Yeah.
The only way it could push it, like I said, is if the body was super dense, like a really thick sponge. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like unless it was like that, that's the only way it could actually push you back. If it's technically able to go that fast.
Like a water balloon for that to actually happen.
Well, yeah, exactly. Or like a big stuffed animal.
I don't know much about science.
With memory,
that
it would have to be
work.
It's
simple.
Think of memory foam. Like think of memory foam. It would have to be like that in order for you to push it back, not go through. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm not an expert in science, but I am a big science enthusiast.
I'm terrible.
So I do, I do like read a lot of stuff concerning science stuff. I mean, science is one of my best subjects in school, but come on, man, scientifically that's not possible. When you punch for that hard to just punch you back like that. Like that was crazy. That was so crazy.
Supergirl punches people like lighter than that. Like she doesn't hit people that hard. Like what the hell? That's insane. It doesn't make sense.
And it knocked him through. It knocked him through one of the canisters that were on there, the wooden canisters. It knocked him through it.
It also knocked him through a pillar, a solid concrete pillar.
Yeah,
I was like, support beam, no less. Like, are you kidding me?
Right?
What is this guy firing and from what? Like, holy cow!
Right. Well, you see, if it was his punch arrow, it would make more sense.
Not even. Still.
With the glove arrow. Still. With the glove arrow. What I'm trying to say, I'm like,
down. Like it's not gonna.
But yeah, but I'm saying it would make more sense than an actual sharp arrow, because like I'm saying, like my explanation, it's like you have a sharp object going at that speed, it should go through you. It'd
have to be blunt or flat, and it'd have to be freaking
exactly
rocket propelled. It had to be a rocket arrow.
Exactly, but I'm just saying, like, if we were just using CW science, apparently Oliver has the strength of a what you call it,
guy's Hercules.
1,000 men. Exactly. Oh my god, but that was a nice thing. But it happened so much. It happened twice, I noticed. Oh my god. I'm looking at anything else that you notice. I'm still looking at your notes to see
little things. I mean,
any other little things.
Little things, specifically in fights. If you're really
or anything in that episode, or anything in like the first episode.
If when Wally catches the bullets and he throws like the one back into the gun, that angle is so off. That angle was so
I thought
off.
That was the dopest scene.
It was so dope, but at the same time, it's
they ever gave him.
He should have been standing straight up when he did it, because you think about it, if it goes into the barrel of the gun at that angle, it would have just came out the top of it.
Yeah, but I mean,
if we're talking
CW science,
it was badass. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. Everyone's gonna hate me. Everyone's gonna hate me now, Matthew, because I'm nitpicking. God.
Dude, that's what we're doing in this video. We're nitpicking, man.
No, but
I mean, like, I thought it was just so. I thought that scene was dope, though.
And then he goes away forever because we don't have the budget for more than 2 speedsters.
Right? But then it's like, oh, speaking of that, okay, we'll get to that next. But what do you think? Like, they need to give Wally. You know, I can't even express this anymore. Like, I'm tired of.
They really do.
Of trying to get them to justify Wally. I'm just so tired of just trying to.
Just put him on Legends. If you're not going to use him in Flash,
that's what I'm saying.
Just put him on Legends. At least he can shine there. You know, like
you already killed off Stein. Might as well replace him.
Like, if Jax isn't going to be on the team for much longer, apparently he's still on the team. I don't know what he's going to do, but if they're trying to segue like Firestorm out as a whole, then throw Kid Flash on there.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, there's a theory going around for the Firestorm stuff, which we'll get to, because there's a theory going around that they might take Ronnie from the future, grandson.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I was hoping the whole time when they said, "Oh, Martin Stein's leaving the show," you know, later this season. I was like, "Oh, they'll make Lily the new half of Firestorm, and then she's pregnant."
Well,
like,
yeah, either that, or thinking that they were gonna find a way to keep the Firestorm Matrix in Jack so he can be Firestorm all on his own.
To be honest,
you don't
Firestorm
like that?
Is a duo. You know,
I get that.
Duo.
But
that's the one thing that makes him unique. Like if you want to talk about like superheroes who can transmute objects, like Metamorpho, there you go. He's one guy. He does the same thing as Firestorm, except it says not on fire. But like Firestorm is a duo. That's what makes them special.
Yo, I bet you CW do something like this, because if they do get Ronnie from the future,
or Ronnie from, they could actually save Ronnie from dying somehow. I don't know. The
they
old
could
Ronnie.
do that, but
I figured that's
think
more
think of this way though. Since you're talking about duos, right? It's a duo, right? It's supposed to be the old guy in the head and the young guy has the body. If you have two
that's
young
not
dudes,
necessarily true.
Yeah, but I mean, just
because
every portrayal that I've seen of Firestorm, at least in the comics, has always been that way for me. Unless you've seen seen something else.
Yeah, I do. I don't know much of this duo, but in the comics, shameless plug. In Blackest Night, there is a Firestorm in that book, which is a guy and a girl. They're both college students. I think she's like a year younger than him. And his name's Jason and her name is Jennifer with a G. She's an Asian girl, he's a black guy. He's the body of Firestorm, she's in the head.
Interesting.
Also, she dies in a very, very terrible way. And then they bring back Ronnie, and it's Ronnie and Jason as Firestorm.
Isn't that super racist?
How? Wait, what? I'm confused.
Think of it this way. No, I'm saying, isn't that super racist? Like, think. Well, here's what I'm getting at. Like, okay, was she smart?
They both were. They're both very smart. Yeah.
Okay, good. So it's not racist anymore.
Like, they're both geniuses. Like, and they both know.
Okay, good.
Professor Stein.
Because if they made it where the black guy was dumb and the Asian girl was super smart, then I'm like, that's like not
the only reason they made him the body is because he had been Firestorm before.
Okay.
And that there's kind of like just stick with it. And then what happens is she gets turned into salt.
Normally, isn't it just like? Isn't it normally just really?
She gets turned into salt, like living salt, and then she crumbles and dies, and it's horrifying. And then
oh my god.
Jason is trapped inside dead Ronnie's head, like as a zombie, right? And then when everything gets resolved, a few characters get brought back to life by the White Lantern and such, and one of those characters is Jason and Ronnie. So
which run is this again?
Blackest Night, man. It's like one of the. It's the culmination of everything Jeff Johns' Green Lantern.
Never read that one.
Oh my god!
Is that part of his? Is that part of his original
pre-New 52
Green Lantern New 52 stuff?
No, pre-New 52. It's from Green Lantern Rebirth all the way up until the War of the Green Lanterns. Okay, but like Blackest Night is basically like
I never read a lot of New 52 stuff, to be honest.
No, it's before New 52.
Yeah, just select Jeff Johns things I've read.
It's really good though.
Mainly,
I just got
mainly Flash Rebirth.
It's incredible, but so there's literally like that's why I kind of expected them to do Lily because of that character, and like Jax is basically Jason, except he's like
that would make sense.
A super genius in terms of like physics.
He's a
great engineer. He's just not a super
He's a great engineer,
just
not a.
It's a different
exactly.
field.
Exactly. And
Lily's a genius too. Super genius in like physics. So I was like,
here's what I'm thinking. If they do it though, if they do somehow bring Baby Ronnie involved in this, I bet you that they're gonna grab a super old version of him, like when he's like really old.
Oh, I might.
I bet I can see them doing that. It can be a way to actually replace Victor Garber as the old guy on the show.
I can see them bringing in like traveling to when the old Ronnie gets like trapped in or quote unquote dies. We never see him die, so I figure like that he's always there to be brought back, you know.
Yeah, but is he at like Martin Stein level though?
Ronnie, he's pretty smart. I mean, he worked on the particle accelerator. He knows his physics.
But I mean, he was mainly like the technical guy though.
Yeah, but still,
because he was in the particle accelerator fixing stuff.
Still, the one thing that honestly I thought was really cool about the Firestorm in the comics that I kind of, if they don't get someone who's like incredibly smart, or like if they do get Ronnie back, I kind of want to see them do this. The Jason in that comic, he literally has like note cards that he studies of like all the different formulas for things. So like he's always trying to better himself, and I can kind of see if they decide like, oh, Ronnie comes in or it's just Jax, like I can kind of see him doing that, you know, to like learn like, oh, I gotta transmute it to like water, like what's the formula for water, how do I do that, and like studying that, you know, because Stein's not there anymore to just tell him.
Exactly. Yeah. True.
a little.
I know, but I can actually see them doing the whole bringing an old version of Ronnie in, and I bet you they're gonna do something where they call him Gray.
That'd be kind of cool. Actually, you're kind of. It'll be cool. I'm warming up to it because you said Gray. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's like they call baby Ronnie, who's now grandfather age. They call because like think of it, like he's so old because like people were saying, okay, well leave that family alone. They've been through enough. It's like if they do decide to grab him, it'll have to be after Lily's dead, after his wife Clarissa is dead, and it'll have to be where it's just him and like he's old and he doesn't really have his parents there. He's old. He's already grandfather age. And
I don't know. I think
I can actually see them doing it that way. They may not do it that way, but that's one way I could see it actually being. I could
see them doing like a Ronnie who's like in his 20s or in his 40s or so, because you could also. I would say like in his 40s because then he'd be like another Professor Stein, literally like. But if he's like in his 20s,
that's what I meant. I mean, because
cool.
Professor Stein, I didn't see him as like I didn't see him in his 40s. No, he was definitely in his 60s for sure.
Most professors are like in their 30s or 40s, and then like they go up in age. But I'm like saying like on the younger side, so that way like you don't have to cast like literally like another old guy who's like, oh, I don't want to work on the show for that long.
Yeah. That's true. You're right about that.
If they do decide,
I just want to see what they'll do with that, man.
Ronnie, I think it'd be really cool where he's trying to live up to his grandfather's legacy, you know, like
that's what I can see them doing.
Like died saving this world from Nazis. Like I want to do that. I want to live up to that legacy. I want to be Firestorm.
Exactly.
That's where I can see them doing the younger version of him, you know.
And I can be excited for that because it would make sense.
Yeah, and it's a good motivation.
Can you believe it's kind of crazy for Jack Steele because it'll only be like, it's been like a month for me.
You're still like 3 months old. Like what the hell?
You're like 3 months old to me. What the hell? Are you older than me? What?
Yeah, that'd be.
And you're calling me kid?
You're calling
Gray Junior. I can see him call him Gray Junior. Oh man. Before we get too much towards the ending of the things, anything else in part 1 that you might have wanted to talk about?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Supergirl one.
Little thing, like, it's just like there are 2 little things actually. One, I don't know if I just didn't pay attention and didn't see it, but like Oliver pulls out the bow, right? And like it extends. Where was he keeping those arrows?
Yeah, that's what I was about. Yeah, that's what I forgot to bring up with the Wally thing. In the church, that was some new tech. I never seen him with that.
Yeah, also like I'm cool with
that's
that.
New. Like, it came out of it came out of nowhere.
Where was he storing?
Were the arrows like folded into like a little pocket thing?
I don't think it would work.
Did he like? Did he keep it underneath his suit?
I don't know. I think they just forgot about it and they're like, he has arrows now. It's like okay. Fine.
Also, we have a whole bunch of you have a whole bunch of careless teens who watch this show. They're not nitpicky. They don't care. Because like in the heat of the moment, to be honest, like unless you were doing this review,
like, the only reason I noticed was like he does the bow thing. He starts shooting people. It's like what happened?
Exactly.
Where did he get those arrows? Like no, but also Nazi Supergirl, right? She has the visor. Obviously, they have the visor because hey. We got to do stunt doubles. It's a lot easier to do this instead of shooting shot reverse shot. Okay, I'm cool with that. How does she not burn through her own visor?
Exactly.
How does that work? Seriously,
I don't.
Why aren't there holes like in the visor from her shooting her heat vision? Like, how does that work?
I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe it's because remember it's kind of like a Star-Lord thing going on with their mask.
Yeah. That
so I guess it kind of has a way where it kind of think of it like Black Manta.
Yeah, but Black Manta's things like come from the eyes. That's the like.
But I mean, like
he
wears a helmet.
You know, it's built into the helmet though. Like
true,
she's shooting it from her eyes, like through the helmet. Like how does?
Well,
I don't know. It's just like again a little nitpicky thing, but it's something like I noticed.
Well, I got you on that too. I got you on that too.
It's easy to get past, and I'm cool with it. It's just like I know why they did it. It's because one, budget. Two, it's easier to shoot with just Melissa Benoit in her dress instead of against like her in the costume too. Like it's fine.
Yeah,
don't worry about it. But like, it's the little things that like fans will notice, or even like film buffs, I guess, cinema buffs. Like, right.
Cinephiles. And you're talking about Killer Frost being slow.
That wasn't a nitpick, really. It's just kind of funny. Like, she moves really slowly when she's swinging the icicle.
But it was cool, though.
Badass. I was like,
it kind of reminded me of Sub-Zero a little bit.
Like,
I loved Killer Frost in this crossover so much. This is the first time I loved
Killer Frost. I was like, okay, I can get behind this now. She did the Iceman thing up to the up to the other time ship. I was like, okay. That's
Hold
cool.
on, I'm reading. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I'm reading your comments that you're helping by keeping the speedster budget low. Oh my god. Couldn't get Matt Letcher. Oh my god. This is
couldn't get Matt Letcher back, I guess. Like, Thrawn seems like so much more of a dick. Pardon my French. Like, in this crossover. It really does. Like, I guess
I kind of wanted to see him more. I didn't want to see another Welds Thawne.
I didn't either. I wanted to see like Reverse Flash, like, come back, like, be kind of quippy.
I wanted to see
like,
a Thawne.
Yeah, because at that, you think about it, right? And it would have been a great parallel because all the Nazis are super freaking down on people. You know, like, they're very serious, very focused, like how you'd expect a Nazi to be. And then you could throw Thrawn in there, and he'd be like a little bit of humor.
Exactly.
And he'd play off the Nazis a lot better. Like, I don't know.
But I like that actor who plays Thawne.
I do too. I like him honestly better than Harrison Wells playing.
I don't like Tom Cavanaugh as Reverse Flash. I
don't know either. I thought he served his purpose in season 1. I don't think they need to bring him back for this. I think they honestly, it's probably just a scheduling conflict. They're like, we have Tom Cavanaugh.
Maybe.
Just throw him in the suit. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's such a great actor as Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was
he's
like,
likable
so
too.
Cool.
You don't want to like him, but you do. Like, that's
even in the comics, though,
it really make you question yourself.
In the comic books, like, you hate Thawne, but you actually like him.
Yeah, like,
in a weird way.
This would really make you question yourself, because, like, why do I like this Nazi guy? Why is he so
right?
Like, what is wrong? Why is he so cool? It'd be kind of
why is he making it
like, I don't know. It would brought some humor to the other side. I think make them a little more relatable. Like, Thawne would have been like, like, screw you, Nazi Oliver, you're the worst. Telling me what to do, and I'm the best one here. It's like, okay, like, calm down, man. Like, have some fun.
Oh my god. You said Felicity's gonna die.
Okay.
Why did you think Felicity's gonna die?
So, I didn't want to tell you about this. This is one of the spoilers. I was like, oh my god, I can't tell Matthew about this.
I did see a picture.
Because I saw on Instagram a picture of a grave of Felicity's. And I was like, and then in the comment it said, like, spoilers for Crisis on Earth X. And I'm like, oh, she's gonna be the funeral. It's gonna be her funeral.
Yeah, I did see that picture too.
Like, I was thinking that, like, the entire time. I think it was
just troll, though.
Yeah, it might have been. I think it was just a troll. Like, there were a lot of fake leaks. Like, people were saying, like, okay, the weird thing was, Wentworth Miller said, like, oh, like, I'm so glad to have worked with CW. Like, I'm glad they're sending me off, whatever. Like, I thought he was gonna die because of that. Like, oh, this is his last appearance as Captain Cold. But it doesn't look like
now he's gonna be back.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, so maybe that was a fake out too.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. Like, there were a lot of, like, fake leaks,
it's an interesting snart too.
Yeah, dude, he's cool,
because
though.
he's not like the original one, and what makes it interesting is because this one has a more softer side.
Yeah, and then his glasses are
like
he's the right glasses, and I'm like, oh my god,
exactly, it's the right one.
That's amazing.
It's the right one.
No, that was so cool.
Man, imagine if he had the voice too.
Oh man.
Can you imagine if he had the voice?
Imagine if gun was, like,
that'd been
purplish
cool.
pink and, like, smaller, and it's like a pistol this time. It's like the cold gun. It's like, oh, that'd be awesome. Because then he could have two dual cold guns, and it'd be like, oh, that'd be awesome. No, the one thing, honestly, that like we've talked about a lot of, like, small things, like, oh, like, technical stuff, I guess, like, just continuity errors.
Yeah.
The one thing that really bugged me during that first episode is, like, why are all these extras here, like, in the wedding? Like, we don't know any of these people, and yet the legends are completely somewhere else, like in the Stone Age apparently, or something.
But they were there.
Yeah, 3 of them. Or 4, technically.
They were,
if you count Firestorm's 2 people.
Yeah, Amaya wasn't there. So, but then again,
the good question is, where's Ray?
They don't know.
Ray knows Barry. He knows Felicity. He knows Iris. He's hung out with them before. He's friends with Cisco. Like,
where was Ray?
Like, okay.
Well,
I know.
Well, not seeing Ray there would make more sense, though.
Why?
No, that's not what I meant to say. Oh. Sorry. Like, what I meant to say was not seeing Ray there doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like Citizen Steel, like Amaya, Zari. I understand that they're side characters.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't
tend to like.
But they don't know. But they don't even know. They don't even know Barry though.
They don't know Barry. Well, Citizen Steel apparently knows Wally, which is cool.
Yeah, Steel. Well, and Steel know. Well, Steel did meet Barry though last year.
Yeah, he did. But like, I understand why maybe they're.
Amaya too.
Like, it's the same. It's the same reason. Team Arrow's not at the wedding, Like,
true, okay, yeah.
I get that, but Ray, like, we have seen episodes dedicated to Ray hanging out with Barry and the team. Like,
exactly.
Why isn't he there? Like, he's one of the main legends.
He should have been there.
Be there realistically. Whenever you have a poster, who's the legend they put up on there? They always put up Ray. It's always the Atom.
Yeah.
Like, you got the 4 characters.
Well,
like, You've got
Arrow, well, I mean, now it's Sarah, and now it's Sarah headlining it.
Yeah, but the thing is, most of those posters, like 75% of them, you've got Green Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and the Atom. Because guess what?
Oh, you're talking about like the Crisis photos.
Yeah, or no, just like photos. Or
the crossover photos.
Just posters of all the 4 shows together. Like most of them, you have the Atom on there because guess what? He's a bigger name in terms of the actor, and his costume's cooler.
His costume's cooler too, and more people know him because he's been on pretty much all the shows.
Yeah, that's why. Like
didn't he do like a little guest feature on Flash at one point?
Yeah, he was on like an episode of Flash in season 1. Like he hung out with like Cisco in the last crossover, I think. Like I didn't understand that, to be honest. Like side characters, I get it. I like them more, but
McRory's there. The one guy that everyone tried to kill. Well, I mean, apprehend.
Oh yeah, like Ray,
the one guy that everybody in that place tried to arrest.
That didn't make sense. And like, if we were talking about the next episode, like they attack Star Labs, right? Like part 2. I think we should segue into part 2. They attack Star Labs.
You talking about the Arrow version?
Yeah, Arrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We see in episode 1, the Wave Rider lands. So you'd think all the legends are there, right? Apparently not.
Yeah.
Maybe they just didn't go to the wedding. No, they're just somewhere else. So when Star Labs gets attacked, who's there to protect it? Killer Frost and Mick Rory. And somehow, I don't know how, Oliver kicks both of their asses.
Exactly. But then again, they always like, keep in mind, like, Ollie for the Arrowverse is like the Batman of Arrows, the Arrow shows.
You see,
and they overhype him. So I mean,
in Central City, why wouldn't they still be there? It's been less than a day, and they're already gone. Like, if they were just hanging out like Star Labs with like everyone else, like
unless they flew somewhere else to take care of other issues.
But we don't see that. I mean, they don't mention it at all. Like they
don't mention it, but it's up to the viewer's creativity.
But it's like, you gotta think, this whole thing could have been prevented if, like, this entire event could have been prevented had they just had the legends hang out in Star Labs, because Nazi Oliver wouldn't beat all of them up. Then you could have literally had Cisco.
You don't know that though.
I'm pretty sure we do,
because
they over Nazi Oliver.
Exactly, but keep in mind though, you don't forget, like,
six.
They make Oliver OP. Sometimes for no reason.
I don't think he could win that fight. And the thing is, like,
because it's like how is you would ask the question, how is Oliver the Führer of Earth X?
That made no sense to me. I don't understand that.
But that's what I'm trying to say. They make him OP.
But like,
that's what I'm trying to say. They make him OP for no reason, even when it doesn't make sense.
I get that, but like, still, you think about if
come on, man, punching arrows. The arrow that's punching people like Superman. Come on, man.
Cisco wakes up, right? And then guess what? You don't have to go through the whole thing of the temporal or the giant portal. Like Cisco just like opens a portal and all through the heroes come through and they find the other heroes and they go back.
Like, I don't understand how he had a concussion for so long.
And like
for so long though.
But like you realize
he fell and hit his head a little bit. Okay, cool.
You not only created a teleporting character, you created a character who can teleport between Earths. Like
exactly,
you
a
can't
little
have
actual
a
breacher,
crossover with
breacher.
Another Earth. Like the only way to do it is that you take out that character off the table, and you have to somehow make it like you have to write around it. You just wrote yourself into a corner, and that's why Cisco was concussed and he couldn't do it. But then like at the end of the crossover, Cisco's like, "Oh, like here's a portal Earth X," and it's like, why did you do that the whole time? Like
we only saw him because he was knocked out.
I know, but like you think about it, Legends show up.
He only opened the breach like 3 times.
Opens the breach. Everything's fine. Like this crossover.
He only opened the breach 3 times.
Yeah, this crossover
I just noticed
is
that.
a huge plot hole, though. Like it really does.
I mean, it does. You know,
that's the one thing, because like it just.
Well, actually, since we're doing this, we should have probably disclosed. We probably should have disclosed this first. We probably should have disclosed that we're going to talk about negatives first, then positives.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Let's just continue talking about our negatives,
guys.
Leave
them on a good note.
We're 40 minutes in. We're 40 minutes in.
Are we? Oh my god. No, but
we're
Cisco, like seriously, like it's such a big. If you had at least explained why the other characters had to go away, like it would have made more sense. Or like show us a little scene where like, oh my god, there's a huge anachronism. We got to go stop that. And then they go off, and then they come back like, what did we miss? Like no, it's just like where were you guys?
Yeah, that would have made more sense from a story perspective.
It would have taken 2 minutes.
But then again, too, like I saw you wrote this thing down too. Like how on earth was Ollie able to, Earth X Ollie able to do that to Killer Frost?
She froze his arm or something, right? She froze his bone.
But apparently, it's like, oh, well, no, I think my mom mentioned. She said that how the Earth X people were studying them, so I guess they kind of knew what their weaknesses were. I don't know. Or like they prepared for everything.
I don't know. Like she froze his damn arm.
You could have broke his arm too.
Your arm is literally frozen. I'm sorry, you're not gonna have the same kind of mobility you would have before that. Like
exactly.
She froze your arm probably to the core. If we're talking about like realistically here, you know, she didn't just like stick your arm in a pile of snow. Like she froze it. You shouldn't be able to use it.
Exactly.
He just breaks out of it and kicks both their asses. It's like, really?
Even if you are able to use it, your finger should have broke.
Something should have happened. Like that didn't make sense to me, personally.
Because you remember the vision they had from season 3 of Flash, which we don't really talk too much about, but I'm willing to dive in a little bit for this example. That she was able to freeze Cisco's arm and it broke. Remember that?
No, not really, to be honest.
You don't remember Cisco? Wow. Cisco had a Cisco vibe. He had a vibe about Killer Frost, and it was he had like a little vision of them fighting.
Oh, yeah.
And she froze his arm, and it broke. And remember, in the future, he had the
like
robotic
shattered
arm.
Yet. Oh, I didn't watch the episode, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that same thing should have happened. It makes no sense.
It should have happened to Ollie, man.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, get out of here.
Well, he broke his arm, break his arm, and end of the crossover there. Credits done.
Like she breaks the arm and then Mick just punches him in the face, and it's like it's done. You don't even need the rest of the legends. It's done. It should have been done.
And then just let Supergirl, Overgirl,
and like he opens the thing back to the other Earth, and they're all fine. Kick them the Nazis' asses. Done deal.
Just let Overgirl die on her own anyway. She'll die anyway.
Okay.
So just let her die on her own.
We need to talk about Overgirl because none of this makes sense. This is the only other plot hole I see. Oh my god. Okay. Overgirl. 1. Why does she explode like Darkseid when she dies? She's not Darkseid. She's not literally like tied to the universe. Superman doesn't even explode when he dies. He just dies. Like it's not.
Well,
it's not
I guess
a solar
it's because
flare. Like it's not like his attack. Like she's literally
their explanation was because of the over radiation exposure. absorption.
Still, that happens in comics. Like literally, like
she kind of had like a Captain Marvel thing, because you know, like how Captain Marvel like absorbs all this energy. Yeah, but and she can't absorb too much because Captain Marvel can't explode the same way.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
Like, wait, Captain Marvel? You mean Captain Atom?
No, Captain Marvel.
Shazam.
Captain Marvel.
Oh, I don't know. Captain Marvel. I thought you meant Shazam. I was like, what?
No, Danvers, okay. Carol Danvers.
I didn't know that. But like, why does that?
Yeah, you didn't know she can explode like that?
I don't read Captain Marvel.
Yeah, because one of her do you know much about her or no?
No, I know more about Marvel and like her origins than I know about like her current stuff.
Well, you gotta read Civil War too, bro.
Yeah, do I?
Yeah, man, it's actually, but it's good.
They kill off Rhodey,
man.
I'm not cool with that.
It's good. She good. Nah, that Rhodey dead, man. He good though. They good.
Get out of here, Marvel. I don't know what you're doing.
Man, they good, bro. No, just the Civil War 2, just the main 8 issues, man. It was good. But the thing about her, she's kind of like they did that because in Marvel, Carol Danvers, she has the ability to absorb energy and like light blasts and things like that, but she can't absorb too much, because if she absorbs too much, she can literally explode. She can literally be like a nuclear bomb and explode.
Yeah, okay. Why?
It's the same. I'm guessing that's what they were trying to do with Overgirl.
What does that have to do with her heart? What does that have to do with her heart?
No, because
I didn't understand that. Like that didn't make sense to me.
Because, well, that part. Well, yeah, that's kind of. I mean,
it's like okay, she explodes.
If you're trying to use my explanation,
why does her heart have anything to do with it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to use my explanation, it wouldn't make sense, because because you brought up the heart thing. The main thing they needed was the heart. I mean, I guess because
she's dying because like she has a heart disease or something like that. Like she has a bad heart, or you do. But it's she's dying because she's gonna explode. Like you can't do both. It doesn't correlate. Yeah, it doesn't mesh.
But it's like how do you? Well, I guess they needed, I don't know, I guess because, okay, this is my explanation to the situation. This is how I can explain it. They didn't say this, so this is just me trying to find a way to explain it. The way how I can see it working scientifically is if maybe she was, her heart, obviously the heart is what's keeping you running, and the radiation is damaging her heart, but because her body actually absorbed the energy, her heart got affected more, so that actually weakens her body. So if her heart stops, then because it's dying slowly, if her heart stops, then all of that energy that was absorbed can no longer be contained, because it has nothing to help contain it, because the body's functions are all shut down. So then that way, of course, it'll explode, because you have nothing there to keep it back from containing that energy. That's the only way I can see it working. And if they replace the heart, then you have a new healthy heart that can actually keep her alive, and that way it can actually help your body can have its functions to keep that energy in, and you can actually. That's the only way I can actually see that making sense. Why they would need a heart.
The one problem I have with that is there's already a precedent for a Kryptonian absorbing too much energy. There literally is. There's already a precedent. It's called All-Star Superman. It's the best Superman story ever written. Guess what? Superman flies too close to the sun.
Everyone says that, and I've never read it.
You have to read it. He flies too close to the sun, and guess what? Like, he gets too much solar radiation, and he's dying from it. But the thing is, like, it doesn't have to do with any like body part. It's basically like a cancer.
Yeah.
Like, he got exposed to too much radiation. His body can't handle it anymore.
Your heart is actually one of the most strongest yet most vulnerable organs in your body.
Yeah, it's just like
I guess that's probably why it got attacked more. I mean, for them just for the sake of explaining the CW mess, that's the only way I can actually find a logical explanation to it. That's the only way I could see, unless someone else has another theory. I mean, that's the only way that I can see it actually making sense with the whole heart thing. Yeah. Other than that, you have no need for the heart. I mean, it would have been easier to say, okay, well, we're gonna do some. And another thing too, why that Kara? If there's many Kryptons and there's many Earths and there's many Saturns.
Where's Superman?
Yeah, where's Superman? Where's Superman? Where's the United States Army? Where is where's all of these people? I was telling, like, you had so many foot soldiers that were multiplying like rice, and it's like, okay, you have all these foot soldiers. Where's the U.S. Army? I'm pretty sure you could have sent in the army and they could have handled the foot guys.
I don't know.
Like, let them handle the Nazis.
The U.S. Army is gone because the Nazis have taken over. They won World War II.
No, I'm talking about on when they came over to Earth.
Yeah, that
to Prime Earth.
You got me there. I don't know. That's a good question. But okay, basically, in All-Star Superman, he gets too close to the sun, and he absorbs too much energy, and his cells are converting to pure energy. And basically, he has to go into the sun again to, like, literally fix the sun or something. But it doesn't have to do, like, with explosions or hearts having been messed up. Like,
yeah,
there's a couple other things with the Overgirl and Supergirl thing that just didn't make sense. I have to ask you a question first. Yeah. Did Oliver say if he made the kryptonite or he just got kryptonite?
No, they never mentioned it.
Okay.
They never explained how on earth Oliver was able to find, make, or get kryptonite, and they never explained that in any way. All they said was, you have a kryptonite arrow?
Yeah, because of you.
That?
Like,
just in case an evil you showed up. That's it. They never explained how the hell Oliver acquired kryptonite.
Two
they didn't even explain how Oliver even knew about that. But then again,
that's a good question, actually. Yeah, that's a big plot hole. But two things.
He could have known about it since last year.
I guess.
I mean, because remember, keep in mind, he's kind of like the DCU's version of Batman.
Yeah, he's Batman.
That's what they're trying to make him out to be. So it's like,
okay.
So it's like he takes precautions for things. So you remember last year, he thought Supergirl was a threat to begin with.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Kind of like Batman versus Superman.
Yeah. Okay. So two
maybe
things.
He already had that in stock.
Either he developed it and made like a synthetic kryptonite, which, okay, that would work. But if it's actual kryptonite
he's not that close to being that much of a Batman to make his own synthesized kryptonite.
That's the thing.
He's not because Batman is a literal genius that can make pretty much whatever the hell he wants to make.
The synthetic kryptonite should work because you created it. If it's from the actual Krypton,
but Oliver is not that smart enough to make that himself.
If he got that,
he would have to get someone else to make it.
If he got his hands on kryptonite from Earth 1's universe, guess what? That kryptonite shouldn't work on either Overgirl or Supergirl.
Exactly.
Because that's literally a different Krypton.
No.
The makeup actually,
no.
Actually, no. Would have been different.
No, though. You know why I say that? I say no because of the CW's explanation.
They didn't give one.
You know what the CW explanation is?
What?
Carrie explains this, right? He says, all the Earths are the same. All the history happens the same way. It's just that there's minor differences within every single person on their own Earth.
Yeah,
but he said everyone. He said everything.
But okay, Matthew.
Minor differences with characteristics, but he says the history is the same and everything is the same. It's just minor, slight differences. That's the CW's explanation to this. We know in the comic books is totally different, but like. For the CW,
it shouldn't work, man. It shouldn't work.
It shouldn't, but it's CW.
You
know how they do. It shouldn't, but that's the CW way. That's how they just deal with it.
Signature would have been different. We already established that the different people from different Earths vibrate at a different frequency, at a different rate than other people. That means Krypton would have vibrated at a different frequency or some kind of like it. If we're talking even in their CW logic, it shouldn't work because it's from a different Krypton, and you're using it on not one but two different different.
And what's crazy? Here's the fault in their explanation. Okay, if there is a Krypton on every Earth, where is Superman and Supergirl on this Earth that they call Earth 1?
Exactly. You know an easy way to get around that? The easiest way possible. Hey, Ollie, you still have that kryptonite arrow I gave you last year? Yeah. Or no, you still have that kryptonite I gave to you last year? Yeah, I fashioned it into an arrow. Here, let me shoot Overgirl with it.
But why would the hell would Kara have an arrow? Kara don't want to be near kryptonite.
Kryptonite. Like,
Yeah, we know that.
So just establish they have a similar relationship because they're basically Superman and Batman in the CW.
Yeah, CW
just establish
form. Yeah,
the same kind of thing. Like, she's idealistic and hopeful. He's dark and brooding, but they're friends throughout it all. So she trusts him, so she gives him some kryptonite just in case she ever comes to Earth and goes crazy, which in this case she does. Like, it's understandable and it's easy to explain. Like, that's simple.
But in the Kara, you see, in the Supergirl universe, they have not established that Kara comes to recognize that she could possibly be a threat to herself and to other people.
But still, like, there's so much.
Because remember in the comic books, when Superman gave the kryptonite to Batman, okay, he said, you know, I could actually turn. Like, he recognizes that he could possibly one day, you know, if he gets, because we know that Superman is vulnerable to magic.
Yeah, he's vulnerable to magic. He's vulnerable to kryptonite. He's vulnerable to red sun radiation.
So what I'm trying, he realized that things like somebody can easily control him with magic and make him evil. Someone can get in. Yeah, someone can somehow
Ivy can kiss him and make him fight Batman and Hush.
Exactly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it.
He recognizes his problem, so he knows that any day now, anything could happen that he could be evil. That's why he gives to Batman. But Supergirl has not established that.
He is human, and I guess that's kind of what Supergirl's trying to figure out. But, like, at the same time, there's so much damn kryptonite on her Earth. Like, you telling me she couldn't give a little bit to Ollie just in case? Like,
but what? But why would she? She doesn't see herself.
That's the thing. Why?
Because she doesn't see her. Because she doesn't see herself as being a possible threat.
She knows there are parallel
Why
Earths.
would she? Why would she give it to Ollie out of all people? They don't know each other like that.
Because she knows there's parallel Earths. Like, there could be other evil Karas out there.
But she knows. But she's not thinking like that though.
Evil Kryptonians.
Because okay, here's where I say you're wrong. Here's where I say you're wrong, right? Because in that same exact crossover, they explained, because remember, Alex and Kara asked, wait, how is there another Krypton? How is there another Supergirl? She thinks she's the only Supergirl. She thinks that there's only one Krypton. And they explained it in that episode that's when they explained, oh, there's multiple Krypton. That's when Thawne was explaining, oh, multiple Kryptons, multiple Earths, multiple this. She legit, at that, before Thawne explained it to them, her and Alex both thought that she was the only Supergirl in existence.
I guess. I mean,
so why would she think that she's a threat?
To explain it better, because it just didn't make sense.
But like, I can't see it working.
But also, like, you could say, like, she gave it to him because there could have been bad Kryptonians possibly coming to Earth one day or something. Like, there's a million ways you can explain.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be to use on her.
I can see that working.
Like, it doesn't have to be to use on her, but like, he can't just have a kryptonite arrow. Like, where does that come from?
Yeah, where did it come from? I mean,
why does it work? We don't know. Like, like,
yeah, it was like, I was like, huh. Why would he just have that?
The other thing that really got me about the Supergirl Overgirl thing was like, okay, I might have missed this because I was taking notes the whole time, so I wasn't like laser focused most of the time. When Kara is under the red sun radiation, right, and they're like, we gotta soften you up so we can do the surgery. Why didn't Overgirl have to go through the same process?
Yep.
How's that gonna work?
Because my own.
And the thing is, like,
she was right next to it. Why wasn't it affecting her?
She was like, "Oh, it hurts a little bit," but like, it's when they put her down on the table, it's not even like they put another red lamp on top of her. Like, no, it's just on our Kara. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, she's weak. That doesn't mean her body's weak. Like, her skin is still invulnerable. Also, really, Thawne's gonna do the surgery? Like, you could have gotten Metallo. Like, he literally has kryptonite built in. Like,
yeah, but why would you
that
trust
would have been so much easier.
Nah, man, I ain't trust. Nah, man, Thawne is a little true. Or they could have just used. You know what would have been easier from the jump?
Hey, Metallo, here, can
without having to do that whole red sun nonsense
to make a scalpel? Sure,
a freaking kryptonite knife.
Yeah, literally.
Come on,
like,
man.
Hey, Thawne, you need like some kryptonite for like the surgery, right? It's like, yeah, hey, I've got
we got you, bro.
In my chest. Like, I don't need that.
Because I'm pretty sure with her being the general on her Earth, she would want to have.
Like, there you go. Stab.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't even have to be a lot. It's just like a.
But what I'm trying to say is like, I'm pretty sure on her Earth, her being the general, she would want to have all the kryptonite in a lockdown so no one can try to use it on her.
Exactly.
So I'm pretty sure she would have a stock full of that.
She literally has Metallo. She has Metallo. You already have a traveling thing of kryptonite. Like,
hey, Metallo, can I borrow your heart right quick, bro?
Let me just
take a little piece. Let me just take a little piece of your heart and make a little scalpel.
Kryptonite from any Krypton works on any Kryptonian. Then just use Metallo. Like, he's there. He's literally standing in an elevator for some reason. I don't know why, but he's in an elevator.
They made kryptonite, but they made kryptonite swords in season 1.
Oh yeah, what the? I forgot about that.
Remember that?
Yeah, a literal sword.
Season 1 of Supergirl, they had kryptonite swords, bro.
I don't know. There's
like,
some
come on.
Like, you guys could have explained this so easily. Like, hindsight's 20/20, but like, guys, get off your asses. Stop playing FIFA and think about what you're putting out there for a second. I'm not even joking. Like,
playing FIFA.
I literally have a thing saying like it's like the 3rd thing or 4th thing. It's like, so if this crossover turns out to be garbage, I'm just gonna assume everyone's playing too much FIFA to put any real effort in. Like, that's like what?
Playing too much FIFA and using their Microsoft Surface Pros.
Oh my god! I have a Surface Pro. You don't have to put it in every shot. Oh, the stretched out seat. Get out of here!
Check this out. I got a Surface Pro. Let me zoom in on it right quick.
Whoa.
While the Council of Wells, decides to solve something.
Get out of here!
Oh my god!
I literally have a Surface Pro. I'm not going around like, hey, look at my Surface Pro. Don't you
look at my Surface Pro? Look what I got.
How do I make a balloon animal out of my hands? I guess
this is so random, and I don't care that this is in the same video. I don't care that this is in the same video. What I'm about to say. But I just saw it post up. Infinity War trailer breaks over 230 million views in 24 hours.
Oh my god, last time I checked it was 34 million. But like,
that is crazy.
On the same note, speaking of balloon animals and hands, where was Elongated Man?
That's what I'm about to say. I was thinking, like, where was he in all of this?
You have so many like extras in the wedding scene.
A huge asset.
Like, you have so many extras in the wedding scene that we're just like, oh, we couldn't put all our superheroes in because budgeting or like scheduling or something. We didn't feel like it. Yeah. So we'll throw in a bunch of extras instead of putting like Elongated Man and like Superman and Martian Manhunter. Here's the thing: of all the people,
but he was running the DEO, bro. He was running the DEO.
I'm just like, okay, of all the people in all the universes, even more so than Amaya, the most qualified person to fight Nazis is freaking Superman. Where is he? Where is Superman?
I'm pretty sure
it's scheduling or something.
I'm pretty sure Kara could have been like, let me call my cousin. I think he can help.
Or like,
hey,
I have a +1.
Come through this breach.
You guys, like, you guys haven't met my cousin yet. I keep talking about him. Here. You guys okay if I bring him as my +1 instead of Alex? Sure.
But they weren't
your super powerful cousin.
But they weren't thinking that they needed to bring. It's in the story wise. There was no need to bring Superman before because they didn't think they were going to get into any issues. Both of them just wanted to, because both of them going through relationship problems, and both of them just wanted to get away.
But
so
like,
that's the only way I can see it working.
You're like, we have 22 heroes, except most of them are like Iris and Felicity and like Cisco and Killer Frost. Like, we're the ones you want to like Kid Flash ain't there, Superman ain't there. Like, we just introduced the Elongated Man, he ain't there. Martian Manhunter, not there either. Like,
look, don't even get me started on Wally. Again.
Hey, Wally, you did really cool thing in the wedding scene. Hey,
you did a nice spinning thing.
Joe and Cecile, yeah. Like, come on.
And you know what's funny? My mom made a joke about it too. Like afterwards when we were talking about it, right?
Why didn't Wally come back and Joe start shooting up Nazis?
Yeah,
that was amazing. Oh my God.
Like, why is Wally? They're probably just watching TV, eating Domino's.
Oh my God, it's like, oh man, I guess the world's getting taken over. Like, all my friends are either incapacitated or almost dead. You know, I feel like some pizza right now. Like, hey, Joe, how you feeling pizza? I'm pretty good on pizza. Cecile, can you eat pizza? Yeah, I can eat pizza. You guys want some wine, too? Like, I can have a glass of wine. That's okay.
I'm pretty good on pizza.
I'll be right back, guys. Like, don't worry. I'll take care of it. Like, zoom. Like, hey, you got pizza from Coast City. Remember we mentioned Green Lantern like 3 seasons?
We never Green Lantern. Yep, and we never showed him. We even mentioned Green Lantern in Green Arrow. We even see the suit. We even see his coat.
Like, we ran into Green Lantern, like, oh, I was in Coast City. Like, he's here now, too. Like, we're all gonna have a pizza party. Let
Green Lantern come and help with the war.
No, like, Green Lantern's just, like, eating pizza with Wally and Joe and Cecile. Like,
you're
hey,
right.
Like, no, I haven't met
playing
another
FIFA.
Superhero. I haven't met Oh, my God. I haven't ever met another superhero. This is pretty cool. We should do this more often. It's like, hell yeah, this is a great crossover.
Let's eat pizza.
Oh, and Diggle's there
Scandal.
too. Diggle's there too.
Watch Scandal and play FIFA.
Diggle's
let's do it. Yeah, Diggle's there playing FIFA too. Echo Kellum is there too.
It's a good time for everybody.
Yeah, Lila, baby, you know, the kids are running around. You know, typical black party at the cousin's home. You know, everybody running around.
Oh my God, man!
Oh my, I'm black. I can make that joke. But I'm
elongated man's there, Superman's there, Martian.
Yeah, elongated man's there.
Everybody you wanted in the crossers, hey, look, all like having a pizza party in the backyard.
at the West home. Pizza
Dark
FIFA and
Side's
Scandal
there for some reason.
Dark Side's there.
The entirety of the new gods.
Like, Steppenwolf from Justice League somehow.
Orion shows up. Wonder Woman's there. Batman's there.
Yeah, everyone, they're all there. Just
Aquaman.
Like, Aquaman. Let's just stay there and, like, you know,
from the
pizza on us. You know, pizza on us.
And
somehow Tom Holland made his way over there somehow.
Spider-Man showed up.
Pizza's on us. Scandal and FIFA, man. Let's have FIFA tournaments on PS4.
Oh my God!
Like, you know, no, Xbox. You gotta have FIFA tournaments on Xbox.
Yeah. No, dude, like, get out of my face.
Oh my God!
Speaking of FIFA, oh my God, like. Oh, we have this really.
You want to save that for later? I
kind of don't, because it's a bit negative. We're kind of on a funny show.
Okay, fine. Let's get to it.
We have a really emotional scene where, you know, Jax and Martin Stein are, you know, finally like establishing like their father and son. Like, he's sacrificing himself for Jax, and it's so powerful. You know, really depressing. Like, I cried, you cried, everybody cries. Martin Stein dies, and we cut to black. Goes to commercial. A big X comes up for some reason, and then out of nowhere comes Echo Kellum. Hey guys, you like that? Well, here's some more FIFA. I'm like, get the hell out of here, Echo Kellum, you bastard! I hate you. What are you doing? I don't like that. At all.
Oh my God! What the hell are you talking to me? What the hell are you talking to me about FIFA? Like, honestly,
it's still streaming from my face.
Like, when you saw us silent and he started talking about FIFA, I immediately muted the TV. I was like, this man is not about to talk about FIFA right now.
Not the time, Echo Kellum. Go away.
Not the time.
Not the time.
What the hell are you talking about FIFA for, bro?
What are you doing? Do that on some other commercial, like at the end of the crossover. Yes, I like the crossover. I do like that, Echo Kellum. Maybe I will go play some FIFA. Like, not when Martin Stein dies. What are you talking about?
Hey guys, Martin Stein is dead.
Hey,
let's go play FIFA.
Your second favorite
and have pizza at Coast City.
He just died. Oh, you like that? No, I don't like that. He's not going to be on the show anymore. God damn it! Screw you.
Right.
Screw you, Echo
Me,
Kellum.
exactly.
Screw you. You're stupid.
Screw you, Echo Kellum.
You guys,
you
guys stop playing FIFA for 5 seconds, maybe we'd actually have some really cool characters in the crossover too. Get out of here. Stupid FIFA.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Why are you talking about all this stuff? FIFA and Martin Stein. Yo, but dude, no, seriously though.
I was like, are you kidding me?
No,
like,
man,
really? That's the time you chose for that commercial. Like, that's really stupid.
But on a serious note though, I'm still really upset about Martin Stein's
I am
death.
too. That's the first death in the Arrowverse that like hit me. I think, except for maybe like Barry's mom in season 1, at the end of season 1.
Yeah, I mean,
like those two deaths are like the ones I'm like, oh wow, this actually feels real.
This hit me more than John Wesley, Henry Allen.
Yeah, that one I was like, okay, like at that point I was kind of like checked out, but like,
yeah,
this one is like, oh my god, like it's actually one of my favorite characters that we know and we've established for more than prison scenes.
3 years.
He goes away camping for most of it, but just kidding, he's back in the next episode because Jay Garrick's here. No. Like, this is meaningful, this is impactful, it's gonna last until next week's episode when young Martin comes back. Oh, remember when Martin died? Actually, that would be kind of cool, though, because, like, you'll actually get some, like, where am I? Like, why am...
Young Martin, what's
gonna happen with that?
Like,
because
it wouldn't make sense because, like...
the ship, like, he shows up on the ship, and guess what? Marty's not there. It's gonna be like, what happened to me?
Yeah, it's gonna be like, do I die? Why do I die? Do I this?
Like, it's gonna
do
be...
I what?
That's gonna be pretty emotional. I think that they're kind of playing it off like it's a funny, kooky episode after all the dramatic, emotional stuff. But it's like, I think it's gonna be pretty damn emotional.
You saw the preview for next week?
Yeah, it's Vikings, right?
Young Martin. Oh, nice. Young Martin Stein's gonna be there.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
It, literally, like,
well,
it's like they play it off like it's a 30-second ad where it's like, oh, like,
well,
the mid-season finale
goes my reaction
of Legends of Tomorrow, and it's like, oh, there's Vikings in America. We all have long hair and like big bushy beards, and what's happening? This is a weird.
I did see the Viking pictures.
And then, like,
wait, next week is all the mid-season finales, right?
But like literally, like. There's they in that 30-second trailer, like there's a guy in a net like hanging from a tree, and he's like his hands are on the net. He's like, oh, and Sarah's like, Martin.
Hey, don't tell me. It's literally
in the 30-second thing.
I don't watch those trailers.
Oh, you don't? I'm sorry. Like, but they play after the episodes usually, so I figured. Oh,
I just skip it.
But I think honestly, like, this is the most impactful death in the Arrowverse so far, and it was a really good way to send off Martin Stein. Although I do wish he got that happy ending.
No, it was not a good way to send off Martin Stein.
From an emotional standpoint, yes, it is. We're still talking about it days after.
No, well, yeah. But still,
it works story-wise. Like, I wish he didn't die. I wish he was with his family, but it works, and it worked well.
Like no one can get happy endings these days.
No, of course not, because
damn,
DC. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like that. It is the best death they pulled off so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first one I felt like, like this actually.
That hurt me more than Hodor, bruh.
I'm still kind of holding out hope that Hodor is still alive, because I don't say people are dead until I see the dead body. I don't say anything till I see the body.
Nah, bro, Hodor dead.
Hodor's probably dead, but you never know.
Hodor dead, bro. He a walker now, bro.
White Walker. I'm not saying we won't see him come back. Just don't. I'm not saying what type, what form.
He a walker, bruh.
Alright, so I guess we're on night 2 now, right?
Yep.
Oh my god.
God, we've already been talking for an hour and we're only in night 2.
Hey, I have to do laundry and then go back to a different town tonight. So I'm screwed. That's true. But yeah, this is kind of stupid.
Night 2 starting with Flash.
This is kind of stupid, but like, you know when they're in the ducks, like Iris and Felicity, and she's like, she makes like a Die Hard reference. I was like, you could have said yippee-ki-yay. Like, you didn't have to use the mother, but like, you could have still said yippee-ki-yay. Just a missed opportunity. I'm just saying.
All right.
Just like in Force Awakens when like Han gets killed, it could have been like, I love you, and then Kylo could have been like, I know, but you didn't do that either, so get out of here, writers, you sons of bitches.
Right.
You miss opportunities so many times.
You done messed up, Ron.
No, but yeah, I felt like the third episode was the weakest.
Yeah, it was for me.
Like, obviously.
No, and what I found, like, what I noticed too is that
that was the episode they really skimped on the special effects budget too.
Well, yeah, especially I mean, like but here's the thing though. It's like, you know how every episode it focused slightly a little bit more on some of the main characters of that show. Like Supergirl, they focus on a lot of Supergirl, like Kara and Alex things. And on the Arrow Part 2 one, they focus on a lot of you know, Felicity and all of her stuff. Yeah. And then in the Flash one, we barely got any Flash anything.
Well, I think that's because, like, in the first episode, it was a lot of, like... Okay, like, the first episode was basically, like, a Flash and Supergirl episode. Second episode was more Arrow, and then the third episode was, like... I guess the Ray, you know? I guess he was... Like,
it was more like the Ray stuff.
And then the fourth episode was, like, Legends, because Marty died.
What did you think of the Ray, by the way? As, like, his abilities and how they brought him... You thought he was cool?
His special effects sucked, but they need to save that for the final fight, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, his special effects kind of sucked, but he was pretty cool. I mean, trying to see him in there.
It's all budget. Like, you want the final battle to be the coolest one, so it's okay if, like, some of the stuff in between isn't that great looking. Like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with. I mean, I'm not too nitpicky on the graphics too. Like, sometimes because I understand
it's
the requirements.
And when people can't be there, it's scheduling. It's fine. I don't mind it at all. I just looked at my notes. I realized if Kara landed in Germany, why doesn't she have a German accent?
Why doesn't any of them have German accents if it's Nazi ruled?
I understand Oliver not having a German accent, because if you're still raised in America, like, you still have an American accent, that's fine.
Yeah,
but like, Kara was literally raised in Germany. She should have a German accent. I guess Melissa Benoit couldn't pull it off, maybe.
So why am I not speaking? Why am I not speaking some type of African language? I'm speaking English because when the British came over to the Caribbean, they made everybody freaking speak English.
Yeah.
So like, that's what I'm trying to say. Whenever someone takes over another place, they pretty much institutionalize their own agenda and their own language, their own beliefs, everything. Whenever other countries in the past took over other countries, that's why other countries they speak. That's why Cape Verde in Africa, it's an African nation that speaks Portuguese, because you had Portuguese come over there. Same thing for Angola, African nation, but they speak Portuguese. Why? Because when the Portuguese came over, they made them speak that. So it didn't make any sense for me. They all should have had a German accent, in my opinion.
They really shouldn't, though, because you're still... The thing is, you were born in America. Like, here's the thing. Nazis take over, fine. Like, people will be speaking more German than they would have in the past. Like, that's a given. Like, people are going to either learn the language to appease their oppressors, or to impress their oppressors, or whatever. But German accents are a different thing entirely. Accents are a different thing entirely. Like, speaking a language, okay. But here's the thing. When you have an entire country that speaks English in a generally similar accent, like, it's still gonna stick generationally, because the first generation of people who get taken over, they're still gonna speak in English to their children, and their children, when they have children, they're still gonna speak in English to their kids in their American accent. So it's still going to continue on generationally. It's just that
do most Americans, okay, let me be more specific. Do most white Americans sound like their forefathers when they speak?
Yeah.
No, they don't. They don't sound like how people from the 1700s spoke.
Matthew, the thing is, it's only been about 70 years. It's not been hundreds of years. Like, you're only about 4 generations in. Sure, a lot more people will be speaking German, but they're not going to be speaking it with the German accent yet. Like, it has to develop to a point. Like, people are more likely to lose accents than to gain accents.
Okay.
And it takes longer.
And that can be debatable. I can tell you why. Because look at my situation here. Okay? For me, when I came here, I picked up an American accent. That's something I picked up. That's something that I learned when I got here, and I've only been here for 10 years.
You've told me this yourself. Like, you still speak in a Grenadian accent, you know?
Because I choose to.
Exactly.
I choose to. But what I'm trying to say is that I picked in your videos, up another accent.
I know, but you're still going to be speaking with an American accent in your videos because you choose to. At home, you choose to speak in a Grenadian accent. Like,
yeah,
it's the same thing. You know, when they're out in public, they might be speaking with they might be speaking in German. I doubt they'd be speaking English in a German accent. They'd probably be speaking German, if anything else, or English in an American accent. Like it.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question now. All right, let me ask you this one. So this is after Nazis won World War II. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is,
none of these main English, but yeah, just because you speak English doesn't make you an English person.
I understand that. Like
you're still German, and
when you come over,
look,
like,
I have German friends who speak English.
I understand,
right? But they speak with a natural German accent.
Yeah, they'll still speak in a German accent. But if you're coming over to a country that you already know the language of, and you speak to them with that language, they're not gonna like pick up your accent immediately.
Yeah, but the kids most likely will. Because if you're looking at a society that is...
Matthew, you're thinking about it like when they come over, it's just going to be like adults there. Like there are going to be no kids who have been born since they took over. Like there are going to be kids who are already kids, like in their teenage years or in like 10 or whatever. And then that's 2 generations right there. If we're talking like 4 generations, once those kids who are already speaking an American accent when the Nazis take over have kids, they're still going to talk to their kids in an American accent. And then when those kids have kids, that's when it starts to change.
Not necessarily.
That's when it starts to change.
Not necessarily true though, because look, World War II. What's the date for that?
45.
Right. Okay. Half of the cast members of that age were not born in that time. They obviously were born. Some of them were born in the late 70s, late 80s. Some of them born in the early 90s,
so they'll be
late
third
80s.
Generation. Their parents would have still have talked to them in American English.
Just because my parents speak a certain way doesn't mean I have to speak that way. Speak that way as well. All that has to do with your community and where you grow up and the people around you.
All right, man.
Because that also influences someone's accent, their language. Because growing up, look, as a kid, when I've seen this happen to people so many times. Like they were maybe 5 or maybe even 7 years old, even, right? They say how it's easier for a kid to actually pick up another accent and language when they're younger than
when you're
13.
Younger, I know.
Right? So it's very easy for a kid who was already speaking with an American accent when they're 5 or 6 years old, by the time they're 34, to sound more German in a country that is Germanized. Like that is more realistic and more believable, and something that's most likely that's going to happen to someone of that age. If the person was already in their if it was already in their 20s when the Germans took over, then yeah, of course, no, their accent is not going to change like that, because they're already established how they speak already. That's not going to change. But these cast members, they were kids, or some of them not even born technically when the Germans took over. So you have people, and keep in mind, it's not, half of them never even live with their parents. If you remember Tommy Morone was talking, they say that how they had training camps, they had youth groups, I think. So some of them are already separated from their families. Who's going to be the leaders of those places? Nazis, German-speaking Nazis.
All right, man, but I'm just saying,
if
you look at other media where Nazis have won World War II, guess what? Like, they're still speaking an American accent, like years later, decades later. Like,
I don't know, man.
In terms of media, it's still gonna do the same, because it's just that much easier for the actors to speak in their native accent than to try and pull off a new one.
Well, and yeah, I mean, in terms of like just the actors and stuff. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, they just got to do whatever's easier.
And the thing is, like, I don't know.
I'd rather them do that than actually do a really bad accent.
Like, you go one of two. You go one of 3 ways, essentially. You either speak with your normal accent and say like I'm saying, like, oh, like it takes longer, or I don't know. Like, it's for the audience. It's so they understand. It's not so.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I think honestly, Kara, out of everyone there, should have had a German accent, because it's not like she landed in a Nazi-occupied U.S. She landed in Nazi Germany. She was raised in Germany. They're not going to be speaking primarily English there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
like,
that I can agree on.
Until she came over to the States that she really started speaking more English. Like, I'm sure people used it, but it's not the primary language. Like, it's not, like, in America, English would have still been the primary speaking language, at least for a couple generations, because like at least maybe even 3, because they can't learn a new language, especially if you're older, you know. It's hard.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder.
It would have been the Nazis who would have to adapt to the Americans, you know, and try to speak in English, because some of them did already. Like, the thing is, like, Kara should still be speaking, at least in a German accent. Also, Oliver's the Fuhrer. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah,
what the hell
Oliver
is that?
being the Fuhrer.
Why is he the Fuhrer? I'm so confused with the Ray now, man. I really am. Like, they released that clip of, like, San Diego Comic-Con, like, a 3-minute clip of, like, the Ray and the Freedom Fighter show, or whatever.
Yeah.
That show either has to take place beforehand, or they have to redo the entire show. From what I've seen.
Isn't that the same voice actor from the show, though?
It is, but they just didn't announce it. But here's the thing. Like, they don't really refer to Oliver as the Fuhrer in that show. Also, Red Tornado is, like, a good guy until he gets, like, taken out by the Nazis. Which I guess they, like, repurposed him. But, like, on top, like, there's no Reverse Flash. Guess who's the bad speedster? It's literally like an evil Barry.
Well,
there's no Citizen Cold.
But speaking of Rotten Tomato, though, I mean Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, I was thinking of Red Tornado. Jeez, Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, Red Tornado. Speaking of him, like, wasn't he with the Freedom Fighters in the CW?
Until he got captured or like he got screwed up, and then, like, the Ray took his.
But I mean, like, in CW though, like, for the show, wasn't he already?
He's with the Nazis.
I don't think so. Because why would the Nazis? Yeah, because he was sent by the Freedom Fighters to destroy the portal. Why would the Nazis? Yeah, that's what he was sent. That's what he was sent for.
Oops.
No, the Nazis wouldn't send Red Tornado to destroy their own portal.
No, then why was he on the bad guy's side in the crossover poster?
Well, I don't understand that part of it, but
I don't know. I don't remember, to be quite honest. I thought he was just. I assumed he was part of the Nazis.
No, because they were sending. Because remember, they were having a conversation. They were being sent to. I
thought they were just gonna bomb it.
Yeah, they wouldn't destroy their own breach. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't just destroy their own thing.
Yeah, I just figured they were gonna send like a bomb or something. You know, like a plane like flies over and bombs it or something.
Yeah, no, I don't see them like destroying everything.
I don't remember that.
I mean,
but like still like. The Ray needs some reworking, because I don't think they actually referred to Oliver as the Fuhrer once in that thing, and Barry's the bad guy, and like we don't see any of these other characters. They don't mention Win once. Like, it's kind of Citizen Cold isn't even like shown at all. And it's like these random.
Are you talking about the animated show?
Yeah, like these random ass like characters. Like, I don't know who those guys are. Like, one of them looks like what's his name? The Native American guy from X-Men, from The Gifted. Thunderbird. Like, he has a similar costume to his X-Force costume. And it's like, okay, what? He has wings that cut through stuff. Like, who is this guy? Why don't we see him? Like, I guess maybe it's a prequel. It has to be a prequel, or it just doesn't work. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Either they like changed a bunch of stuff like since they released that, or it's a prequel. Because
maybe, could be.
Maybe
it really just could be. I mean, or maybe they just don't want to do it. The same thing.
No.
Maybe just want to do their own thing with it. I don't know.
Because it can't take place after, because Nazi Oliver is literally dead. Like, he's literally dead. Like, you can't, like, oh, the Ray's fighting Nazi Oliver now. It's like, but he's dead, and so is Kara. Like, that doesn't make sense. Whatever.
I don't know, man.
I figured, wouldn't it have made more sense if they released the Ray earlier, or either made it a sequel, so that way, like, you could, like,
I mean, they just needed him for the
No, I mean, like the CW Seed show, like, it's so weird.
Oh, the Seed show, yeah.
It's so weird that like there's a possibility it's a prequel. You think like you want to go back and see like, oh, what happens to Earth X after the crossover? Instead, it's like, oh, what happened to Earth X before? Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, that's actually, maybe, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, anything else that you wanted to talk about for that episode?
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure Barry, like, just stood around while Martin was dying. That's kind of screwed up. Like, he beat Red Tornado, and he's like, all right, good job, Ray. He's like, good job, Barry. So,
let's
you want to go to that pizza party? Yeah. That sounds good. Let's take a longer time to get back to them. Like, Barry, like, somehow, like, in the second episode of Crossover, like, zooms in and zooms out of, like, the bad guy's base and does recon, right? But, like, when it's time to save Martin, he's like, oh, just, you know, I'm a bit winded. I'm a little tired. I'm just gonna jog.
I'm gonna just lay back here. Take a
leisurely jog towards the almost dying guy, like
the almost dying man who helped me. You know,
are you kidding
help me be me sometimes?
Also,
like,
help
me handle myself.
The most you had to say at his funeral was like, "You brought me back to her." Man, he did more than that. Apparently, you never had a friendship.
What do you? I can't remember what he did to bring Barry. What did he do to bring Barry back?
The portal.
Like, he helped me open the portal like, for the Speed Force, right?
No, like it was just like he was talking about literally like in the crossover, like Martin gets shot. Remember, he opens the portal and like kills.
Oh, that's all you had to say.
Like, oh, you opened that portal that we could have opened like at any time. Like, but thanks, I guess. Like. Really?
Yeah,
you know this man for years. He's been there since your first season. Like, and you're just like,
and that's all you had to say.
Thanks for the last thing you did for me. That was cool, I guess. I guess none of us, no one else, like, you done nothing else important for me, apparently.
Thanks for bringing me back to her.
Yeah, if he died and he didn't pull open the switch, I'm pretty sure, like, you and the Ray would have shown up, killed the rest of the Nazis, and, like, flicked the switch yourself, like... That means nothing. That literally means nothing, Barry. You're such a dick. Like, what are you doing?
Thanks for bringing me back to her. He did so much more. Didn't he help them beat Zoom?
He helped them beat Reverse Flash. He helped them beat Zoom.
Reverse Flash, yeah.
Oh, how about... Thanks for helping me save my entire city that one time. Remember
or just I mean,
no.
I mean they were taking turns though. I mean, he could have just been like, "Thanks for everything you done for me."
Even better.
That could have been a better statement.
Even better. Thanks for opening the portal. That.
Thanks for bringing me back to her.
You did. You're such a dick, Barry.
He could have just said like, "Thanks for everything."
If like
that you've done for me.
If like one of our family members died, like we've known them for years, or our best friends, and like we go to their funeral, and it's like, "Thanks for buying me that burrito last week at Chipotle." Like, get the. You're a garbage human being, Barry Allen. You're the worst.
Thanks for those 10 boxes of pizza. Thanks I really was hungry.
Thing you did for me. Thanks for calling me that Uber when I was drunk last week.
Thanks for calling me that Uber.
Get the hell out of my face.
Thanks for spotting me that one time for the movie tickets. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Matthew, you died. I was like, thanks for inviting me on your podcast today. That was cool.
Oh my god.
Screw that noise. Like,
oh my god. Dude. Anything else for that one before we get to the last episode?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, because that episode wasn't. Like, oh no, we can't skip that.
What?
We can't skip that. How the hell did they get to chain up Kara?
Wait, what?
How were they able to get Kara in chains?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
You remember when they put those collars on them?
Wait, no, Kara wasn't on that Earth though.
She was, bro.
No, yeah. Oh, at the end of episode 2.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
I didn't remember that, to be honest. Episode 2 and 3.
Bro, that actually pissed me off because
4, though, like, hey.
They put the collars on them and.
I have something stupid about that too. That fight. Wait, I gotta find it. You keep talking. I'll find it. No, just keep talking. Keep talking.
I know. I was just saying that it was just dumb that they didn't even give her like a kryptonite dampener thingy. The only explanation that everyone told me was that she just got shot by Metallo and that made her weak.
I guess. Like, okay.
That's the only explanation they gave me. I was like, other than that, I was like, what the hell? She's Kara Danvers.
Like, you can't really. here's the thing about power dampeners, right? I understand it when it works on certain characters because, like, hey, like, their powers literally come from them. Like, okay, that makes sense. But the thing about both Kara and Barry with those power dampeners are, they draw their powers from external forces. That really shouldn't work. She's drawing her energy from the sun. That's where she gets her powers. You take away the sun or you give her red sun radiation, she ain't got no powers no more. Barry draws his energy and his powers from the speed force. Like, it doesn't make sense how you can...
Which was created by him. So, I mean...
Yeah. Like, okay.
I guess.
That doesn't make sense.
Because a meta dampener technically shouldn't work on Barry.
On the two of them.
And it shouldn't work on Kara because Kara is not even a meta human.
Also, yeah, that's true. Like, they're drawing their powers from something entirely different than themselves. You know, it's not coming from them. It's not like you can... Okay. Like, it's not like putting on a shirt. Like, oh, like, my chest is bare. Like, I put on a shirt, I covered my shirt. Or I covered myself, right? It's like... Oh, like, my skin... actually, I don't have a good analogy. I don't know where I'm going with this. I had something and I lost it. No, but it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's literally coming from a different power source.
Oh, my God.
Like, it's not... Okay, I got a better analogy. Like, when you eat, right? Like, you're eating food and you gain energy. That's how it works, right? It's not like you're... Like, if you stop eating food, you'll become weaker. Like, alright. It's not like you're just... Oh, you're self-generating, you know? Like, actually, that doesn't work either. Never mind. Just forget my analogy.
I kind of get what you're trying to say.
I kind of got it, but not really. Like, anyways, it does... Their powers come from an external force. You can't really say, like, you put something on them and it just stops. Like, no. That's not how that works. Also, like, no. Just no. Just no. No, the one thing I want to say about that fight, though, in the warehouse, like, they're all fighting, and, like, it's, like, right at the end where, like, they get their asses handed to them. And, like, first thing first, Oliver, like, zooms across the screen, like, doing weird like he's dying, like, flying across the screen. And he lands, or, like, later in that fight, he literally lands on, like, a bunch of boxes. And, like, he just crashes through them. I'm like, it's a good thing they didn't have anything in there, or your back would be broken. Like, holy crap. You're so lucky.
Oh my God.
Like, oh, this is a box warehouse. We just have boxes here. Like, and they're all nailed up and everything. We closed them for some reason. We don't know why. Like, what are you doing? I guess it's cool Oliver, that he landed on a box.
I guess Oliver really is truly meant for Kara. Man zoomed across the screen.
Like, what the hell? Imagine if there was, like, a car engine or something, like, substantial inside, like, the box he fell on. Like, he lands on it and, like, his back just explodes. Like, you're so... First of all, fire that guy who boarded up that box because you haven't put anything in it yet. Second of all, you're so lucky out of all the boxes you fell on an empty one. What?
Right.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
Okay, but I guess we should go on to night 4, right?
Yeah, we should, man. You take it away, bro.
The cool stuff.
I know, right?
Just absolutely
take it away, bro. Take it away. I hope we're not forgetting anything. I hope we're not forgetting anything major.
I think we covered most of it.
Oh my God. Take it away, bro.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? Like, where does episode 4 start, actually? Like, they got everyone back.
I think no,
Marty dies.
No, it starts with Marty on the ground with all the blood.
Okay, so we have the legends, but everyone's back. Okay. Here's the thing, like, I didn't understand, like, it's Nazi Oliver versus Ray, right? Like, Adam Ray. Yeah. So, like, they're fighting, like, Ray's kicking ass, like, he stops Dawn from, like, stabbing Kara in the heart or whatever. Why they had to do that awake, also, I don't understand, like, I guess just for pain, but, okay, that seems like it's kind of weird. Like, you think if she's sedated and, like, it'd be easier. Like she's not struggling the whole time while you're trying to cut off ventricles. Like,
yeah, I mean,
you think it's sedate her or like kill her first or something? Okay, you're just gonna go in there. Like you're sadistic, but you're also supposed to be smart. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Anyways, Adam is taking them to the rest of the legends, and Ray gets attacked by Oliver, who literally like shoots an arrow at him. And it's like such a weird shot. It's just like a weird. It's really weird looking. I don't know what it was. It's just like, why'd you decide to do that with the camera? Okay. Oh wait, no, that reminds me of something else. When Wally gets like he catches the arrow, like what happens there? Like he just when like he gets hit from the back, except like there's lightning and something. Like what?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I was so confused.
Yeah, what happened?
It looks like he gets hit from the back, but like I guess they were trying to imply like he got shocked from the arrow. It's like okay,
yeah, but I mean,
why would it come? Why do you like twitch forward?
But this is what doesn't make sense. This is what doesn't make sense to me too. It's like how could something that emits electricity be shocked by electricity?
No, that makes sense because he's a person and like he doesn't really emit electricity. It's like.
But he does though when he runs, according to the CW stuff.
Yeah, I know it's stupid. Don't make
according to the CW stuff. I mean, according to the CW stuff, he's able to shoot lightning from his body, so he does emit. He does emit electricity.
I still don't understand that. Like he's in the comics, he's literally he just runs, and it looks like that because of like the gold on his uniform.
Yeah,
it's an effect. It's not like actual lightning shooting off of him until like Flashpoint happened, and then like the show happened, and it's like, hey, he can throw lightning now. What? When like his powers were literally the only connection he has to lightning is the fact that he got struck by lightning, and he has a lightning symbol on his chest. Like that was it. And now it's like he can throw lightning, run in a circle. That's his main move. I don't know, but like. There are just some weird fight scenes in the beginning, I guess, like some weird camera angles. And again, like later in the episode too, there's a really weird camera decision where Barry has confronted Dawn, and he's like holding up against the wall, like I should kill you, and then it like zooms into his face really quickly, and it's like, okay, like you didn't change anything with your face. I don't see why we're zooming in really awkwardly. Right? Sure, director man.
Oh my god. Director man.
Like they do that a few times throughout this crossover. Like they'll zoom in on like random stuff or like move the camera awkwardly, and it was like, why?
They did. Like, well, there was this one scene when they. Sometimes. Oh, well, I gotta talk about it. Cool. It was kind of cool. Even though Zari and Amai could technically fly up to the Wave Rider on their own, it was kind of dope.
I know why
to see. I know because it was dope.
Oh no, that comes down to budget. Because it takes less to animate one person or one thing going up than three.
Well, yeah, well, budget reasons why it makes sense. Plus, it was dope. I mean, come on, Killer Frost frozoning up to the Wave Rider,
Iceman. It was pretty good.
She's frozoning up to the. Come on, man! Like that's dope. That was dope. Like that's dope.
The one thing
it was a cool shot.
The one thing I thought about though, like, there's two things in that fight. I was like, okay, really? First off, the Wave Rider is like the enemy. The Nazi Wave Rider is like flying, and then like Supergirl like shows up outside the window. Overgirl like smashes through the window to go fight her, and I'm like, they're still flying. They're really high up. They're gonna be freezing their balls off. I've never felt bad for a Nazi, but I almost did there. Like, it's so stupid. Like I never want to feel bad for a Nazi, but like you're almost there.
It's like I was like I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy.
Dude, you'd be so cold, and especially you're flying at like very fast speeds. Also during that fight, like
but I mean,
hey, if I'm not back in 10 seconds, like blow them up. It's like, what? Why did you just tell Wells to wait until I get back? Like, like you don't need the suspense. Like they go and they take over the ship, and then they're like, hey, we push the button for the shield that's gone. Like, okay, cool. Cisco's like, I'll be back in 10 seconds. If not, blow it up. It's like, you gave yourself 10 seconds. Like, what if they're not all in the same spot on the ship? Like
right?
Killer Frost is down the hall. Like, Amaya's fighting people in the bridge, and Zari's like kicking ass in the cafeteria, and he's like, oh, I'm at the bridge. Hey guys, oh, it's just Amaya. Oh my God, Wells is gonna blow up the ship.
Speaking of Amaya and Zari, like I love Amaya and Zari right now. I like their duo.
But like you also have to talk to people. You're like, guys, come here quick. We have to get off the ship now. Like that takes like 5 seconds on themselves. Not to mention them moving to you, and then you also teleport, like creating the portal and teleporting out of there. You could have given yourself more time.
Time, exactly.
Say, it doesn't hurt. Like they're not gonna do anything in like the extra like 5 seconds. Just say, wait until we come back to blow it up. Okay. Also, the fact is, while Cisco is like getting them all together to teleport back, Wells is already firing at them, and I'm sure the ship getting knocked around and explosions going on around them doesn't help.
No, but we all know that Harry is a big savage, though.
I know, but like just
like we already know this man is a savage. This man is. We already know this man is a savage, bro.
That was so funny. Like, I was just thinking, like, what if Harry just killed 4 of the characters right there?
He's like, oh well, at least we saved the Nazis. I mean, saved them away from the Nazis. It's like, at least the Doomsday device is destroyed.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, I mean, hey, Cisco is dead, but
that was so funny.
He was annoying anyway. Killer Frost, she was a threat, and those 2 girls, I have no clue who they are. So yeah.
I thought it was so funny, though. Like,
yeah.
One thing I thought that was really cool about that scene was like Amaya's back in her element, and she's like kicking Nazi ass. I'm like, hell yeah, JS.
Amaya is always amazing.
Some Nazi ass. I'm like,
all of them were kicking butt.
It'd be really funny if like they pressed that giant red button and instead of like the shields going down, it was like the self-destruct.
Right, self-destruct mode enabled. No, that's something you see on Rick and Morty.
Like you'd expect, like you don't expect the giant red button to be something like shields. Like you expect it to be the big boom,
right,
like, or just shoots
a big boom,
and, like,
self-destruct.
They're like, oh crap! Like these controls are way different from our Wave Rider, and they're just like trying to figure. Cisco's like, hey, did you just disable the shield or what? They're like, no, we haven't. I told Wells to shoot at us in like 5 seconds. Boom.
Wait, you know what I just realized though?
What happened?
Since every Earth has their own Wave Rider.
Are they?
Wait a minute.
Well, that's not.
Hold on. Wait. No. This confuses me now. Okay, it's about to get confusing now. Because don't the Time Masters exist? Didn't they exist in a place outside of space and time? Yeah. Right. Check this out though. Are you telling me there was only one Time Master, like one Time Master organization, or were there multiple?
Yeah, how did they? You know what else I just realized?
Like, were there multiple places that existed out of time and space within every single Earth?
No, I think it's every single Earth. That has to be. That doesn't make sense otherwise.
No, but the Time Masters, they existed in a place outside of space and time.
I know, but like that doesn't mean outside their reality. It's still the same reality. Like Rip's not going to different Earths and like stopping stuff. Like he saw Batman and Superman, but it's still on that Earth supposedly. You know, like
yeah.
I don't know. The thing is, like, if there was only one like organization, then that means like Rip would have been like working side by side with like a Nazi version of himself or Nazi version of his friends for years and just never said anything. Like I don't think that's right. I don't think, and also like you got to think about the Wells' Earth, who like is like a post-apocalyptic like garbage land. Like no, like I think it's again like I don't think there's Krypton on every single Earth. I think it's just on the ones that we care about. Like there's not. The Time Masters aren't on every. That's
not what CW's Thawne said.
No, but it's like it doesn't make any sense. Like
it doesn't. But according to the CW, the DC TV world, it's completely accurate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird.
It's dumb. It doesn't make sense.
It's dumb. But it doesn't make. I'm not even. I don't want to go.
That's what I'm trying to.
I don't want to go.
I'm trying to say like. Because it's like, look at it, man.
Yeah, like
if you exist in a space, if you exist in a place that is out of space and time, it's out of reality as well, too. You know.
No, that's not true. It's not out of your reality. Outside of space and time.
Because look at reality as one thing, though. Because
we don't see them working with a different reality. Rip is trying to prevent the death of his, he's been working to save this Earth and this timeline. Like, he's not working to save like the timelines of other Earths or anything like that. Like, from what we've seen, I'm pretty sure they're just in this universe. I'm pretty sure.
But the place that is out of space and time is literally in the saying out of space and time. It is not even in the same universe.
I don't think it's not in the same universe. I think it's.
It's not, because dimension. if it exists in the same universe, it's in space time.
Dimensions are different, man. I think it's in a different dimension. That's
okay. Let's not talk about dimensions. Let's isolate it down to one thing. Okay, you have. I'm trying to isolate it down to one thing before we talk about one thing. Like, okay, let's talk about this. You have one universe, okay? Yeah. One universe inside of, matter of fact, let's just put it this way. You have one galaxy, right? According to the science that is taught to us. We have one galaxy, we have multiple planets, multiple stars, hundreds of millions of stars.
Galaxies are different.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about the galaxy now.
No, like
now,
Matthew, like the Milky Way is a galaxy. Like, there's.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I know what you mean. You're saying you mean universe.
No, I'm talking about galaxy.
What?
Yeah, it's a point I'm trying to make.
I'm so confused. So, what? There's more than the Milky Way out there, man.
I know. It's a point I'm trying to get to. Let me get to my point, man. Dang.
I'm so confused. I'll try though.
I'm trying. Let me get to my point. Within the galaxy, you have the universe. You have each have their own solar systems, different places, blah 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 blah, multiple planets, millions of planets, blah blah blah, etc. 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 Right? Good. Now, within every single universe, right, you have space time. You have time that we have here. A matter of fact, let me not even get into this because I'm about to make this whole video confusing. So I'll tell you separately what I'm trying to talk about. Screw that. Let's just continue on with the rest of the show.
All right. The one thing I was gonna say though is, like, we did another crossover without Rip Hunter, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of all right.
Another crossover without Rip Hunter?
Yeah, he's never been in one. That's kind of weird, right?
He's arrested from the time
Bureau. I know,
Bureau.
But like, he wasn't in the last one. Or like, I don't know. When is it gonna get into a crossover? Also, I felt like you could have brought back a couple heroes that, like, you could have brought back like Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Like, that would have been kind of cool with throwback.
Yeah, it would have been a nice cameo.
Also, like, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, or Hawkman, like, he fights Nazis.
He does.
He fights Nazis.
He does. He does.
But it'd be cool to, like, see like a bunch of the heroes, like, that we haven't seen in a while. Like, oh, like, either they're retired or they just haven't showed up in a bit. Like, I don't know. That would have been
because
dope.
Hawkgirl and Hawkman,
it's not like they
retired,
died. It's not like they retired. They just, like, went off to somewhere else to do their own thing. Like, they're still superheroes.
That's true. That's true.
Would have been cool.
Yeah, they could have came and helped. I have a feeling we might see them again, though.
I hope so, but I haven't seen anything, like, in terms of, like, news about it or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything but news either.
I don't know. So what else is there? Like, the fight was really dope. I mean, like,
yeah, the fight was cool. Let's talk about the character moments in the fights, though.
What did you think about Citizen Steel? He had like two character moments.
That Superman line, though. Yeah. They'll take the Man of Steel to catch the Girl of Steel.
That was badass.
It was corny, but it was cool at the same time.
Yeah. Also, like, he's kicking Nazi ass too. I was like, okay, this is badass. I wish he was in it for more. Shoot. I'm satisfied. This was cool.
Shoot, Wild Dog, bro.
Helmet's still stupid, but he was pretty cool.
Oh my god, Wild Dog is dope, bro.
His helmet's still dumb. His mask looks weird, man. You gotta admit the mask looks weird.
No, it don't.
Yes, not to me. How? It's so weird.
Not to me, bro. To each his own. But to me, I enjoy. I like the design.
I miss his old mask. Like, you could have.
I hate that mask.
What?
I do.
Why?
I really do.
It's so badass.
No, dude. I like the. No, man. I like them giving him a bulletproof mask. Come on, bro. A bulletproof mask.
A bulletproof mask with a million holes in it.
Yeah, but there ain't no bullet that tiny, man.
What do you mean?
Okay.
The nose holes are bigger than like 50 cal. Like, holy crap.
I mean.
Also, the eye holes. Like, it's a bulletproof
mask.
Well,
yeah, true.
That ain't gonna do anything.
But it's just for like an accidental shot. I don't know.
No, it's just like if you look it up, like I'm sure you could find it. Like they actually had like a concept art for Wild Dog.
Yeah, I think you sent it to me, or I sent it to you, or something like that.
I think I did, like back in the last time. Yeah. Discussion. Like it's really cool looking and it works. Like they still do like the whatchamacallit, like the gray coloring for it, but like it looks like an actual helmet instead of just like a weird face mask to me, you know? I really like that. I wish they did that instead, because like it's not like, oh, like we just decided not to. It's not like, oh, like we didn't have any other designs, like this was it. Like no, you had some really cool designs and it looked a little bit like his old mask too, so it would have been like a callback. But
yeah, I mean, okay. What I did like about the concept art was them keeping the colors for the chest plate.
Yeah, I like I like his costume. I can't get over the mask. It's so distracting. It's so big and weird looking to me, you know?
I mean,
like it's like 2 times the size of his head.
I guess I can see what you're saying. Like without the mask, you know, like he looks dope.
He does. He really does. The costume looks really cool. It looks like he got a cool upgrade. It's just like the mask looks so out of place. It also looks kind of flimsy to me, you know? It looks cheap.
I get you.
I don't know.
Let's talk about Dinah.
What'd she do? She just like screamed, right? I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
She didn't do anything.
No, I'm sorry, but that is my bae.
I love Dinah, but did she do anything? I don't remember.
Yeah, she did. She fought. She was there fighting.
No, I just don't remember like a specific moment of her. I remember 3. I remember Citizen Steel, Wild Dog, and I remember the incredible Mr. Terrific Adam fastball special literal fastball special. Like
hashtag which they got from Captain America: Civil War.
No man, like I think they also kind of decided like to do that because of like Wolverine and Colossus.
Well, yeah. I can
like at least because like dude, like he's literally throwing a ball really fast, and there's a guy on it. Like it's essentially like it's Wolverine Colossus, but way cooler because he gets bigger and punches someone. Like holy cow!
But which I didn't see the need for.
No, it was badass though. It was really badass.
There was no technical,
tactical
need for
it. It just looked cool.
But
and I'm
it's
like,
cool.
Okay,
but it was just dope. Because you like the whole time you're asking like, where's Adam at? And then he just pops. We're like, hey, he's on the T-Sphere.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else I just realized? Another character that got brought back, Ragman.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they just totally got rid of him. Like once he left, like that was it.
They're like,
we haven't seen him since the last season, dude.
Or Vigilante, even, you know. Like he's kind of turning over a new leaf to an extent.
I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Or you remember, his goal right now is just. His goal is personal. He's not trying to save the world and stuff. Like you know what I'm saying?
Still, like this could have been the moment. They were trying to like push like, oh, he's getting better. Like he might actually be.
Yeah, but remember, to the rest of Team Arrow. To the rest of Team Arrow, he's still a threat to the rest of Team Arrow, except for Dinah.
But it would have been cool if, like, you know, like in Daredevil season 2, where like the Punisher shows up at like the end fight and like shoots one guy, like with a sniper rifle on a roof, like far away.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool. When he showed him like, heard you guys needed some help.
Or just been like he shoots someone behind Dinah or a couple people behind Dinah. It's just like,
or he snipes from the roof. He snipes from the roof, and then like Dinah notices him.
Yeah, like he picks up his rifle and like nods and like walks away. Like, that
would have walks away. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Like, also,
yeah, that would have been cool.
And Elongated Man would have been a cool duo.
I miss Ragman. He was dope.
Imagine if like Elongated Man like started like throwing people at Ragman, like you just caught him and like slammed him on the ground. Oh man, so many possibilities.
Right.
No, the fight was badass though. It really was. I guess that basically. Oh wait, no, there's one thing to fight. Oliver screams like a bitch.
Yeah.
Nazi Oliver. No.
No. I'm gonna kill you.
Like a little bit of bass, like it wouldn't hurt. The script didn't
like,
really like scream like a literal 2-year-old girl. Like, I want some milk. What? I want a lollipop. Like, what are you doing?
I want a lollipop. Oh my god.
The Fuhrer, like the leader of the Nazis, and it's like
Le Fuhrer.
You went out like a bitch. You're supposed to be like the most threatening villain that all these heroes have ever faced together.
Right.
Until he's about to die. He's just like really weird.
Oh my god.
Come on, you could like do a couple other takes. Like, try it a couple more times. I thought it was really funny though. Like,
nah, it was.
It's like Joker in Suicide Squad. Like, you can't. You're laughing at it, but it's for a really wrong reason. You're not supposed to. It's so bad. It's funny.
I know.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Anything else before we close this video off?
I mean, I think the last thing really is the wedding, right?
Yeah. What did you think of the dual marriage thing?
Thought it was cool.
I liked it,
but there's a couple things that like well, it's weird because like Diggle. Well, first of all, how is it that Felicity and Oliver like can get married without like any marriage license or anything like that? You know, like there are certain steps you have to go through to actually get married. Like you can't just get a minister and be like, "You're married." Like unless you're in Vegas, apparently. Like you still need to fill out paperwork.
Well, I mean, obviously afterwards they'll have to go and do some paperwork.
Yeah, but then also that like what was the point?
And plus Diggle was the one that oversee the marriage, so he can be there to testify to the marriage. Like, all they have to do is just sign it.
It's just odd that like the fact is Barry and Iris like they had a wedding, got crapped on. Oh, like I guess we'll bring Diggle to like ordain their marriage. Okay. Felicity and Oliver, they want Diggle to do them too at that same point, and it's like, but just kidding, next week they're actually gonna get a real wedding. It's like, I kind of feel bad for Barry and Iris because like, hey, like they didn't get to have like the after party,
a real wedding.
Like, a real wedding. They got like 5 minutes in, and then Nazis attack. Like Oliver and Felicity, like they're sure technically they're married now, but they're still getting like a real wedding. They're gonna have like an after party and all that stuff, like a reception. Like I'm sure there'll be like a million things that like they get to do that like Barry and Iris just don't now because their one day was literally ruined.
You know whose marriage that actually went so smooth in the Arrowverse series?
Diggle and Lila.
Yes, that's the only marriage that ever went so smooth in this entire thing. I just realized that.
It's like
their marriage went by so smooth, no issues.
It's so weird though. Like it's just like an odd choice. Like I love the idea of it, but like the fact that next week like they're actually having a real wedding kind of like sours it, you know.
Well, I would say it's not a big deal. You know why? Because
it's just like an odd choice after the fact.
Because look, Barry and Iris, they agreed that they don't want to do it again.
Yeah, I guess that
was them. They already agreed that, because remember, Kyra and them say, okay, we'll see you for round 2 or whatever, and they're like, nah, man, we agreed that we don't want to do that anymore. We just want to just get it done and move on.
That's true.
Like they didn't want to have another ceremony again. They were like, oh, we already did this, we already did that.
I just feel bad for them because like, you know, like the wedding is it's less of like people getting married and more about the occasion, you know. It's more about the event. Yeah. Exactly. Like you cut the cake, you like smash it in each other's faces. Exactly, like you get the photos, you have the reception after.
I'm
you
pretty
know,
sure they're gonna have a reception. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a reception.
I think it's done.
It's up to the viewers for us to create that.
No, yeah, it's true. Like, but
unless they address it, unless they actually address it, then it's just really up to the viewers at that point.
You don't get to see like Oliver like give the best man speech, you know, or anything like that, or Cisco.
Yeah,
or
we don't get to see that. Yeah,
like I feel like we're just kind of I wouldn't like they marketed this crossover as like 2 weddings and a funeral. Like I would have been fine if both weddings were Barry and Iris's, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the first wedding gets screwed up, but like they come back and they do it right.
I thought they were gonna try to do it again.
And I was like, I feel like that would have been better. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the idea of them getting married together because like it's cool, you know. Like, oh, like they're the 2 biggest characters on any of the shows. Like, end up getting married to like the love of their lives. Like, okay, cool.
Well,
like,
what would have been better though, but it's kind of cliche. I mean, what they did was the response to the cliche ending.
Yeah.
Because the cliche thing to do would be, okay, they get married, they're having a party, blah 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 blah, and then at the wedding, Felicity agrees to marry Oliver, and then next week they have the wedding. Like that would have been a cliche thing to do.
I kind of wish they did that instead, because then you have so many more moments you could have done. Like,
yeah,
I feel like everyone just like once the fight was done, everyone just screwed off. Yeet. Like they're just like gone. Like, oh, it's just the four of us now. Marriage, sure. Like, you don't get like that scene like in the last crossover. Like one of my favorite scenes in like pretty much anything that they've done. Like where every crossover, Barry and Oliver like get together by themselves and like they either like do a little fight like for fun or like they have a drink at the bar like last crossover and they talk about stuff.
Yeah, like that was cool.
Like, that was really cool and really well done. I miss like because you could have had a very similar moment with like Oliver being the best man giving the speech and then like maybe during the reception like Iris and Felicity are like having fun on the dance floor and Barry's like, hey, like I'm really happy to hear that like things are working out with you and Felicity. Like I'm glad you guys are getting married. I can't wait. Like and then like they have like a drink
the thing is though with Felicity and Oliver was that they they were already at that point where they already been through the whole typical thing already. They were just like, you know what, we already been through it. We know we love each other. We know let's just get it done with and just go on with our lives. Because they were already at that point. Remember, they were there so many times already in the past.
I just think like, again, hindsight's 20/20, but I feel like that would have been a cooler way to end it. You know.
I hear you.
Shave off a little some of the stuff in like episode 2 or 3, and like save like 5 to like 7 minutes for like the end of episode 4.
Yeah.
Like there you go. Like you have the real wedding, everyone's happy, and it ends on a very nice note. Like also you don't have Diggle like screaming "Go!" with his arms up in the air. Like what the hell is he doing?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Oh God.
He's. Oh man, you know what that reminds me of? Like we didn't get to see Diggle interact with Mick this crossover, which would have been cool. Cause like, I felt like, if I remember correctly, that was like the best part for me, like last crossover. I want a 45-minute episode where it's just Diggle and Mick like at a bar, like talking shit, talking the shit, and like just like making fun of people. Like maybe like someone tries to rob the bar or something, like kick their ass and go back to drinking. Like that would be amazing. Just like a one-off episode, like Legends and Arrow crossover. It's not what you expect at all. They mark it as like this big fight thing, and like no, it's just Diggle and Mick at a bar drinking, like having like a guy's night out. But like I don't know, like also Diggle must be really cold again with the cold thing. Like he put on some clothes, people. Like you're wearing a t-shirt in Vancouver. Like you guys were filming this in like October or whatever. Like it's pretty cold. You're probably freezing your ass off. Barry could have like picked up his jacket for her.
Right?
I don't know. It's just so funny.
Oh man, yeah.
Barry Speed.
I think that's it for I think that's it for this video though, man.
Hey man, that was fantastic. I love this.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else to talk about.
No. Overall, I love this crossover. It's just the little things, man.
Yeah, I mean it's always gonna be little things.
I mean that's the nature of comic book fans. It shows we care. You know, we talk about the little things.
There's always little things, but as all the main question, I'll leave this for last. I meant to ask you this, but since we're doing the podcast, I figure I should ask you here. People are saying that the crossover was better than Justice League. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me a completely different question. I thought you were
I was going to ask?
I thought you were going to ask me what do you think the next crossover is going to be, and I was ready to answer that.
Oh, well, we can answer that first.
Actually, I'll answer the Justice League one first because we can kind of like end on the what we think the next one will be.
Okay.
Honestly, I can't compare the two. It's not a comparison to me. Like they're very different, especially in like one's literally like half the length of the other one. Like you can't compare that. That's like comparing Lord of the Rings. Like that's like comparing the entire Star Wars trilogy to like Rogue One. Like which one did you like better? Yeah. Like the first 3 movies or Rogue One? Like I can't do that because like
you can't.
It doesn't add up. Mm-hmm. Like there's so many things that happen and like I don't know. Like it's
the crossover is basically a 4-hour movie.
It is. It's a 4-hour movie. Just
and you had and you had all this time to develop things and develop and build the story, like, compared to Justice League where you only had 1 hour and 59 minutes and you cut out so many parts of the story that it felt like it wasn't there.
That,
it's different.
You have what 3 movies or 3 movies where you be leading up to Justice League, right? Because I'm not counting Suicide Squad. Nothing happens in that for our characters.
No.
You have 3 movies. You have Man of Steel.
Except you see a Flash and Batman cameo.
Oh,
that's
wow.
about it.
Congratulations. No, like, it doesn't. I don't care about that. I watched Suicide Squad again. Movie still sucked. Laughed my ass off, though. No, you have Man of Steel. Once. You have Batman v Superman, and you have Wonder Woman. And those are the 3 movies that you have to introduce our 3 main characters. Forget everyone else.
Yeah.
And then it's Justice League, where you introduce the other 3 main characters. Like, the shows have had 6 years. 6 years. And if you count all of the show's seasons, okay, we have 6 seasons of Arrow, we have 4 seasons of Flash, we have 3 seasons of Legends, and we have 3 seasons of Supergirl.
Yep. That's like 23 hours. It's like a 23-hour movie.
23 hours? Are you kidding me?
For one season, dude.
For one season? Yeah, literally. Yeah. Like, okay, so 6 plus 6, that's 12 plus 4, that's 16 years combined of, like, leading up to this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no comparison.
And since you're doing math, 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3 quick maths. Anyways, continue.
You can't compare the two because it's
he didn't get the joke. He didn't get the joke, guys. I'm gonna just I'll take my L.
What?
He didn't get the joke.
I don't know, man.
He didn't get the joke.
Don't try to do this to me, man.
Yeah.
No.
But
seriously, it's a TV show versus a movie. Like, I can't compare the two. I like Justice League. I like the Crisis on Earth X thing. Like, the stories aren't even similar. Like, get out of my face. Like, what are you talking? Like,
yeah, and then like one guy was saying too, one guy was saying too, that they need to get that Warner Brothers needs to use the CW writers to make the movies.
I saw that. Like, the question you shouldn't be asking is like, which one do you like better? It's, do you like both of these? Do you like Justice League?
I don't think they should get the CW writers to write the movies. No way. Hell no. The hell freaking no. No.
Season 4 is anything, or Flash season 3, like, no, sorry.
No. We
had to sat through about 2.5 hours of crap with Suicide Squad, but I had to sit through 23 hours of crap with Arrow season 4. So, nope. Nope. The ratio is way off. Still. Nope. But what do you think, man? What do you think about that? Do you want to answer the question, or do you want to bitch out like I did?
No. Which one do you think is better?
Yeah, like, it's up to you.
Okay, I have a 2-part answer.
Okay.
So, Justice League is more of a mature thing. Okay?
I guess. Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that you have obviously a higher budget to do better quality effects and better sceneries and better cinematography, etc. Right? But where Crisis on Earth X beats Justice League is with the story development.
Yeah, because
that's where it beats it.
It's all,
and that's why it would do better than Justice League.
You know, like, we get to see all these characters that we have established before for seasons on end.
And even though you have like this, okay, the movie Justice League itself, it's 1 hour and 59 minutes. That's hardly enough time to really properly develop the story the way that they originally wanted it to be.
You have to introduce 3 characters. You have to introduce the team dynamic, introduce the villain, and then you have to introduce how you're bringing back a character. Like,
and then you need a climax moment.
That it all leads to that, but the thing is, like, you only have so much time to do all those things and actually tell a story. Like, I don't count those as telling a story. That's setting up a story, you know?
That's what I'm trying to say, exactly. And the thing is, too, like, look at Crisis on Earth X as 4 hours of storytelling and action and blah, blah, blah.
How much of that was setting up the story,
initially, Justice League initially was supposed to be 3 hours.
Yeah, Matthew, here's the thing. How much of Crisis was setting up story? We had the scene in episode 1 where Nazi Oliver kills Guardian. So 3 minutes there, and about 7 minutes in total with learning about the Earth Xers in like episode 3. You know?
Yeah, the story setup wasn't.
Or episode 2. With
it didn't take too long to bring the story into fruition.
Total,
but
you have like 15 minutes of like setting up the story, and like the rest of the time to tell the story. Like,
exactly, yeah.
you can't do that. You can't compare the two movies. It doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Sense. Like,
I don't think you can compare them. I mean, they're just two different entire things.
Too well established to compare it to Justice League, which is just being established. Like, it's
you can't. No, you can't. Of course, you're gonna feel that there's those little fanboys out there that don't even think like we do. That's just gonna be like, no, the crossover was so much better than the movie. The movie was. It's like you're not even thinking. You're just talking because you're a fanboy. You're not even thinking. You're not even trying to be real. And if you're being real about it, like like how we're being real about it, is to just you can't honestly compare them because there's two different things that go into them.
Like Matthew,
and it's like, of course you're gonna want to like the show better because you developed.
Yeah, you've been invested for so many years, for so many episodes,
exactly.
For literally hours, like days of your life, you've been invested. Like
this movie, you have 3 movies, all like 5 hours in total.
Like 8.
Or 6 hours?
Like
8 hours, including the Ultimate Edition from Batman vs Superman.
8 hours. About a little, maybe like 9
for 3 characters.
Holy cow! The thing about Crisis on Earth X, all the characters that we meet, except for literally 2 of them, we have a precedent for, because they're Earth X doppelgangers. Citizen Cold. We know Captain Cold already, so we basically know what his character is. Nazi Oliver, Nazi Supergirl, Reverse Flash. We pretty much know who they are because we know their other counterparts. There's only slight differences. The only 2 characters that we don't know are the girl who shows up at Barry's wedding and the Ray. And that's it.
How do we forget to talk about that?
It's Barry and Iris's daughter.
I think it's
Cecile
Dawn.
and Joe's daughter. Like
I don't think it's Cecile and Joe's daughter.
It's one of the 2. Like there's no.
You know the reason why I say no?
Because they're probably gonna have a boy, and it's probably gonna be new Reverse Flash.
Or not even a boy. The thing is, like,
it's probably gonna be.
If she was there, if it was really their kid,
they would want to. Oh, make sure you say yes or whatever, because like
make sure you say I do.
Yeah, like
she would have went up to Joe. She would have went up to Joe or Cecile instead of Barry. Where the hell she wants to go up to Barry for?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean, there's no need.
That was my first thought when I watched the crossover, thinking like about it like after the fact. Like it's Barry and Iris' kid.
Yeah, I think it's Dawn. I think it's their daughter, part of the Tornado Twins. I think it's part of the Tornado Twins.
But like. Okay, here's a question.
And I think we'll be seeing her very soon
probably,
again.
Yeah. Like I don't think they're just gonna leave it on that. I think people were expecting like to learn more about her, and we didn't.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna bring her back. Like don't worry, it's gonna happen. I guess the last question is, what do you think the next crossover is gonna be? What can they do next?
How can they top this?
I think I have an answer. Legitimately.
Let me see. Let me think. I haven't thought about that. Let me think real quick. Well, it would have been cool if they did Flashpoint right. Yeah. But no, that's out of the picture. I don't think they're gonna
do that again, because like.
No, of course they can't. It makes no sense. It doesn't. They tried doing it and failed.
They done made a mess of Flashpoint. Like
they already done made a mess of the Flash verse anyway.
Yeah, it's not even the Arrowverse anymore.
I kind of wanted to see Diggle's daughter grow up.
You know,
like he has a son. I'm like, okay, screw him.
Hey, well, at least we'll get Connor Hawke now, right? In the future.
True. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
True.
Yeah. I think what they can do, I don't know if they will do it. I think this would be really, really cool to do because
Dominators round 2.
No, get out of here! Like no.
Oh God.
I don't need your Japanese influence racist stereotypes in my show no more. No, I'm joking, but like if you actually look at the Dominators, it's really screwed up because the way they were originally drawn, they wear long flowing robes, they have giant buck teeth, they have literally the red sun on their forehead, and they have squinty eyes, and like it's
racist
and yellow skin. Like you're holding a bit racist. Of like hate against the Japanese there. DC. Yep. Yeah. It's like the 60s or the 80s by now. Like, what are you doing?
Right?
What are you doing, guys?
What? Whose man's is this? No.
It's like the equivalent of like a college kid, like a dickhead frat boy going to a party in blackface. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Get out. No, but seriously speaking, I really hope they do Kingdom Come for the next crossover.
Kingdom Come.
Because you think about it, what can you do with Kingdom Come? You get to have older versions of the heroes that we already established, so you get to have that. You won't meet that many new heroes, right? You'll get to see our heroes, like, literally see what the future is going to be like and how they can alter it possibly by going back, all the consequences of the decisions they make, which would be really interesting. Not to mention that, we also get to see a war of the superheroes, which could be, you know, Barry versus Oliver's, like, their armies going at each other, you know, with our characters cool. on board, like our younger version of the characters, like, tagging along for the ride, like do we have to fight our friends? Like, holy crap. Not to mention, you can introduce a whole new generation of heroes. Like, you could bring back Connor Hawk, you could bring back all these future characters, like, and then on top of that, which is what I'm really, really hoping for, you could bring in Batman. You could bring in Superman.
I doubt it. They're not going to bring Batman or Superman in this world at all anytime soon.
But if it's the future,
no,
you never have to bring them back again. And it's just, I know Batman they won't do it, but like
Superman, they brought him, but like Batman is such, like, okay, you got like, this is what I was saying earlier. Batman is one of those characters that people put like on a high pedestal. There's anything that you do with Batman, whether it be TV show, animated, live action, whatever it is, there's always a close eye.
I know, but listen, Batman. If he's only in it for so long and like you actually take the time to do it right, like, that would be really cool. Like,
and then watch them make the costume look stupid, and you're gonna hate it.
Yo, listen, the thing is, Matthew, like, they probably won't do Kingdom Come because they don't, when they do crossovers, like, this is the first time they've had like a lasting like effect on the characters. Like, I don't think they're really gonna go further than another character death next year. Yeah, like, I don't think they'll, but I think it'd be really cool because what have you done so far? You've done Nazis, you've done aliens, you've done an immortal crazy bad guy like caveman dude. Like, I think the next step is time travel. And if you're gonna do time travel, you might as well go to the future and you might as well do Kingdom Come, because I think people would enjoy that.
They always go to the future. They always go to the past. They always go there.
But then you also have that conflict of like, oh, the legends have been to the future. This is not the future they know. Like, it's much worse. Like, it's somehow worse than 2046. You know,
well, the future is always changing in Legends of Tomorrow.
That's why I think it would work if you bring in like the other superhero characters, like the big ones, because then like you don't have to say like, oh, these are the definitive like versions of the character. Like, the future's always in flux.
They could actually do more with 2046 Barry.
Yeah, you also have like the established versions of like 2046 Oliver. You have the established version of like 2046 like or like future Barry. Like, there's a million things you can do. It'd be so freaking cool. And you don't ever have to bring those characters back again, you know? You really don't, because the future is always in flux. Anything could change at any point, especially now that they have future knowledge. Like, you never would have to bring Batman back again, or Superman. Like, you mentioned him a million times, but hey, like, you bring him for like 4 episodes and then he's gone. Like, you never see him again. That'd be the best. That's the only way I think they'll ever bring in Batman or Superman into this thing, you know, outside of like Supergirl. Like, really.
Yeah, I see.
I think that'd be really cool, because where do you go from there? Like, where do you go from not like Nazis from a parallel Earth? Where do you go from aliens from another galaxy? Like, you go time travel. That's like the next logical step in my mind. I don't know. I think it'd be really badass, and if they did it right, like, you could not only like make a huge crossover where like the stakes are crazy, because what do they do? You have to. The heroes are trying to figure out what they did to get to this point. Like, where did they go wrong? Why do they hate each other? Like, if it's Barry and Oliver on opposite sides, like, they're supposed to be like best friends. Like, what happened? You know, and like on top of that, like it'll work really. It'd be really cool, man. It'd be really cool.
It would be dope.
I lost my train of thought, but it'd be really cool. Like, I know. And just like you could also throw in like political stuff in there. Like, maybe Lex Luthor is president during that time. Like, that'd be crazy. You know, like,
that would be crazy. Yeah.
Maybe, and then like he, like in Kingdom Come, like he launches the nuke and a bunch of heroes die, and like you step up the stakes. Like, it's like, And then maybe if you replace Batman with Green Arrow in that, the bomb explodes and kills like all the superheroes, and like a couple people survive, and Barry doesn't realize it at first, so he goes to the Capitol and like he's about to kill like a bunch of like the UN people, and then like they show up and he's like, oh my god, you're okay, like what are they doing? And then they come together, and like you have like a nice moment at the end, like where future Barry and future Oliver like reconnect and they're buddies again, and like maybe Barry and Iris are about to have another kid or something like that, like who knows.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that crossover would be the penultimate crossover. Like it'd be the ultimate crossover about it. Like,
but then how do they top that?
I don't know. Like how do they top Nazis? Like how do they top
that? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you top the one after what you're saying now?
You don't. You go downhill from there. The Arrowverse crumbles and everyone loses everything. The shows just end. Like that's the end of it.
Just let it end. I wonder how these shows are going to end, you know? I wonder how they're going to end.
I think they're just going to get canceled. You know what else I just realized? Black Lightning could be brought into the next crossover, too. So
that's true, yeah, that's true, that's true. He could be brought to the next crossover.
Even more time.
Everyone keeps saying that he's not in the Arrowverse, and I know he is.
I hope he is. It'd be dumb if he wasn't.
He has to be. I mean, come on now.
They said that he isn't, though, I think, the producers. But I hope they change that.
Bump that.
I think it'd be
Supergirl wasn't in the Arrowverse in season 1. Look what happened to that.
Oh my god, I have such a problem with that because you had Flashpoint when you got Supergirl. Like, you just say, oh, he changed things and now Supergirl's in the universe. Done. Like, it's easy. You have a literal episode of The Flash where he goes back in time and he comes back and everything's different. Like, oh, Diggle has a daughter now, or doesn't have a daughter now. Like, it's a son. And it's like, oh, Supergirl's here now. Like, she's in our universe. We don't have to do the stupid portal jumping thing. Like, it's so easy. Come on. You gave yourself an out and you didn't take it. Like, we gotta make things hard for ourselves. Come on. Then you could have also segued in Superman to the universe. I don't know.
Yeah, we just gotta leave it there. Oh man, but yeah, I think that's it for this. I think that's it for this video.
Man, you could do the Legion of Superheroes and Kingdom Come too.
I know.
I don't know what to. Oh my god.
We could honestly go on forever.
Time travel
and
is the next thing. That's all I got.
It's like 2 hours and 23 minutes.
Oh my god.
All right.
I don't have time to do laundry. I'm so screwed.
Oh, you're right. Yep. Well, anyway, we're just gonna end it here, guys. If you somehow listened all the way to the end of this podcast, God bless you.
Yes.
You must have really had nothing else to do, or you were having a really long road trip and you had nothing else to listen to. So, I'm glad you listened to the end. If you did, or even if you skipped through, I do appreciate you clicking on the video. Thanks for Dylan for coming on and having this discussion with me. It was we tried to break this down as much as we could. Even if we forgot something, just let us know in the comments.
Our video is longer than Justice League, and
our video is longer than Justice League.
Almost as long as the crossover.
Right. Oh man, but yeah, man, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Dylan, you got anything you want to plug in? Anything or?
At the moment, no. I'm working on videos for my In the Comics channel. I wouldn't recommend checking it out yet, but when I do post something, hopefully by the end of December, I'll give you guys a heads up on my
awesome Instagram, man,
or anywhere else.
Awesome, man. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.